Oh man,
Dude, fucking, it's a toss up for me between goddamn Troa Barton and Duo Maxwell as like the dopest motherfuckers in all of Stillwater. Like,
I've never full stop. I haven't seen a single episode of any Gundam series ever.
Really?
I have 11 model kits currently built.
You're the
on my
fucking
shelf.
worst.
I know.
Wow, you're just like PewDiePie.
Where do I start?
Yeah.
What do I do? Universal Century? That was like 70 years ago.
Didn't Pat like say that he was going through the entire
Yeah.
fucking series?
Yep.
That's
Like from the very beginning, and he got to Unicorn Gundam, and he was like, "Yeah, all right, I'm gonna keep going." Oh God.
I'm gonna assume you want me to hit record now.
Oh, well,
you actually don't have to do that. We're not shining symbols of quality here.
Yeah, no, I don't even think
All right,
Max pressed the local record button on our end.
I did.
Again.
I totally did though.
Mhm.
I made. Hold on. Yes, I did.
Okay, yeah,
I got it.
Okay.
good.
Congrats.
All right.
Yeah, you're doing it. You're doing it.
Now I gotta come over here.
Yeah.
So it's finally happening. 2 podcasts later,
Yes.
right? 8. Our guest.
Oh yeah. Oh, that guy.
Mm.
This fucking idiot.
Hi. Yeah.
How was
I'm right here.
being swept into the sky? What was that? What was that like?
Well, it was interesting. Fun fact, there's no internet in the sky.
Oh, shit.
So I couldn't do the podcast, and then shortly after that, Max, you transmitted your code to me through audio format,
Yeah.
and I was dead for a week, also chugging Emergency and Alka-Seltzer.
Yeah, a
Right.
ton of fun.
Here's what I'm gonna
That's
call
it's
you out.
disgusting.
Elon Musk said the internet is in the air, so you're actually fucking wrong.
Have you
Oh,
ever flown
shit.
JetBlue?
Yeah.
They got
Fucking
How the
got
fuck
me.
did I watch all of my Ahegao hentais on the plane from here to California for 6 hours straight?
Well, you know,
comfortably.
I didn't.
I mean, the guy next to me wasn't super comfortable, that's for sure.
The guy in the aisle seat was excited though.
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
him too. I said, "This is just anime." Ha, got you. It's hentai. Keep watching.
He's like, okay.
He's like, oh shit. He's like, oh shit. Is that Bible Black New Testament? Sweet.
No, it was Gaiden. So it was the old one.
I know New Testament is real. Is Gaiden a real subtitle for one of the Bible Blacks?
Yeah, because Gaiden, I think, is the prequel where you see like the blonde lady with the giant penis who walks around and fucks everybody in the first.
Wait,
Bible
I thought-
Black. Katami
I thought that
Sensei.
was New Testament.
No, New Testament is when fucking Imari gets a dick. Like Imari
Okay.
becomes an FBI investigator or some shit, and she like takes down, and she attempts to take down a fucking bank robbery.
Oh,
which I
yeah,
guess turns into a giant orgy.
The orgy bank robbery. We're off to a great start.
Yeah, and then they go to the bathroom, and then she grows a dick and also demon strength, so she just breaks the terrorist's neck, but still fucks the girl anyway.
I can't get you to watch any shows, but this is, you're bearing this flag, waving it in the air. A Bible Black expert.
Not an expert, but I have been around the block.
Oh man.
You know, you only hear the names yelled out so much in a scene that at certain points when you're done, you're just like, is there something here? Surprisingly enough, there's a lot of lore in Bible Black to just sift through.
It's kind of
intense.
upsetting.
Yeah.
All right, next week's theme is Bible Black, I guess.
Well, no, because you think about it, you're like, man, somebody had to sit here and come up with this deep lore without jerking off.
No,
Without?
you can do that.
You can do both.
I can absolutely do both.
I mean, if you're particularly dexterous,
What do you
got one hand on the Wii and one
type
hand on the
it.
screen.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Well, back then, it more than likely be like what a Bible Black's old, isn't it?
Bible
That's
Black's
like,
He's got his little typewriter out and his
2000s.
other hand's under the desk. He's all good.
dude, if you're making visual novels with a typewriter,
Oof.
like if you're in Starbucks and you're typing up the next great Bible Black Newer Testament.
Well, see, that's how
Someone
you
wrote-
do. You do it with like those ASCII pictures that you type into text boxes.
God
Yo,
damn
some
it.
of those fucking pictures move at like ridiculous frame rates to where you can actually make out what's happening in GIF form. It's
Yeah.
insane. ASCII porn is on a whole nother level, dude. It's insane to me.
Oh, man,
my God.
I'm learning about new genres. This is great.
Well, it's not like a genre. It's just like
It's a medium.
it's a medium. It's like those fucking people on the 4chans who are like, you know what? I just feel like transposing this entire Bang Brothers video into fucking ASCII or whatever the
Yeah,
fuck it's
and
called.
you still have to find it on like GameFAQs.
Yeah.
They like hit it. It's like you're looking for a Cubivore walkthrough,
It's like,
and you
right-
stumble onto.
You for whatever reason are playing Ark the Lad, and you go to one fucking part of that message board, boom,
Boom. set
Gianna
up, ready
Michaels
to
sucking
go.
a dick in ASCII.
So Control
That
is our
is-
guest on the
I'm
podcast.
I'm Control. I
So-
make horror series on YouTube.
He makes
They're
creepypasta.
pretty good.
It's a creepy.
It's not all right. You said when you described what it was that I was gonna kick your ass, and rightfully so. I am
Yeah, because it's
because you described it as long form creepypasta.
Chad, am I wrong?
And
Chad, am I
That's
wrong?
not-
Chad,
it is not
Chat.
at all
Chat.
creepypasta.
He's making that scary.
Chad, am I
weenie.
wrong? Yeah, it's pretty good. Have you watched Sour Salt? Yeah.
I haven't, because I'm a little baby man.
I'm trying to get to the point in which there is apparently a possession. This is spoiler, but whatever. There's a scene.
Whoa, no! You can't spoil the thing that we have
No,
the guest on the show to promote.
No, it's fine because Phil's only finished season 1.
Yeah. I
So
want to
he
get to the. I want to
doesn't-
get
he
to the one
doesn't
where
know
he
the
starts
true
yelling
spoiler?
Biggie. Yeah, I want to get to the part where he starts yelling Biggie lyrics at people. I used to read Word Up magazine.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
no, that's not what it is. He goes up and they find a plastic bag sitting on the ground, and the guy goes, my friend Michael, who plays one of the main characters, stops and he goes, "Whoa, hold on, it's a dead ghost." And then he goes, you know what we do. Come perform the exorcism. And then the other guy walks up. The other guy's named Skeet, and he just he doesn't know what to do. So he starts waving his arms around in like a window washing motion,
Huh.
and he goes, "It was all a dream. I used to read Word Up magazine."
Damn it.
So
I
the
want-
concept of Sour Salt essentially is that it's a couple of dudes, and if I'm gonna try to sell it the way that I know it or it's sold to me, it's a couple of dudes who are trying to make a parody ghost hunter show, and they actually encounter a haunted area.
That's pretty good.
It's really good because it starts off as a pretty strong comedy thing, and then it goes into actual terrifying imagery, and it's pretty good. It also has it's hilarious. Like in some places, it's hilariously low budget, and others, it's like, how did they do that?
Damn.
And it's just
Yeah,
very like the imagery that he was showing me. Some of the fucking creatures that end up showing up in Sour Salt are still like the Wiggly Man's not my favorite. In the
No,
sense-
he's not my favorite
he's
either.
kind of the worst. What do they call him?
Damn it.
I'm
The
sorry.
one are you talking about the wiggly one or the tall one with the skull face?
Oh, he's not great either. Oh, they're
Because
all
the
fucked.
tall one, I showed you a couple of them. There's one guy that's burned up real bad.
Burn boy.
But no,
Yeah.
we have some crazy monsters, and most of them are just a dude in spandex. But
Yeah.
you know, you can make anything look scary enough if it's in the dark,
Yeah.
and you know you twitch enough, and like you're good at rotoscoping.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's all in the cinematography. That's how
Yeah.
you sell
Yeah,
it. You can make
Like-
nothing scary if you shoot it right. Like, easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like
So,
the
music is also a pretty big thing.
Well, yeah,
too.
they got Biggie to perform.
Oh, God,
some of the
yeah,
songs,
yeah, no,
throwing down the
yeah,
most.
all
Can you
the,
imagine Biggie doing horrorcore? Like
that'd be weird.
that'd be sick.
Like if he comes out in like zombie makeup,
Oh, don't say that. Ah.
zombie Biggie.
Zombiggie.
He comes out of the mirror.
The Candyman OST was done by Biggie posthumously.
So let's
Yeah.
say I would like to partake in watching said series. Where should I go to find it?
Well, I can tell you where you would go to find it. You would go to www.youtube.com/soursalt, and you would go to little playlist section and click the director's cut, because that's the only version you should watch,
Okay.
unless you want to spend, you know, hours of your time searching the descriptions of 130 individual videos that are all about 30 seconds long.
All right, director's cut it is.
Yeah.
All right. It's fair. It is fairly long. Most of the first season is
It's an
tension
hour.
and build up.
Yeah.
They're like
But,
hours to an hour and a half releases.
But you know, we work real hard on it. All of our stuff most of our effects are rotoscoped or practical. Like all the monsters, except for one that doesn't appear until the second season, are practical effects. All the blood and stuff. All of our music is composed except for 2 songs, so all the score is pretty much original.
Hmm.
It's
A
it's
real
pretty
passion
good.
project.
It is really.
Yeah.
I
It's
can't.
very difficult.
I just got reminded of the mouth guy. I don't like that guy either.
With the mouth guy, the one when he slams his hand on the door.
No, you literally don't see him in any capacity other than the inside of his mouth, and that's really unsettling.
Oh yeah, gum teeth.
Yeah, that's what they call them, gum teeth.
That's
I don't
good.
like this. This is-
I still hate those videos. I tell my friend Michael, like, I don't know why you did this. This is the most obnoxious fucking thing on the planet. Like this, I feel like this will make people stop watching. Go, so yeah, I know.
Cool.
People don't like it when you stick the camera lens into your mouth and then talk in a raspy whisper.
I
Blood. And he goes,
think
yeah, I know. I had to make my teeth brown for it, so it'd be extra gross.
God damn it.
I think it works well in the way that it's filmed, because it just doesn't. It's really just fucked, and I don't like it. Like, it's just straight up like this is really don't want to be here kind of scenario.
No, yeah, it's
and
like-
gum teeth is literally just a mouth, right? Like, he's just physically.
well, no, no, he's a guy, but most of his interactions with you are within his mouth. Like he's oh man,
Wait, what does
like,
that mean? Am I in his
he's-
mouth?
No, the camera's in his
Wait,
mouth,
who's in
and
your mouth?
his mouth is talking to you.
Oh.
It's you have to
actually-
see it. It's pretty good.
I'm gonna have. Yeah, I'll definitely have to check it out for sure. I will.
I made him like try to get it to be less dickish towards the audience by
Like look
in the
less like a dick or be
No.
less mean.
like try and be less obnoxious, and the way we did
it's
that.
literally like it's just you just see this man's uvula for fucking 20 minutes, and he's
like,
saying
he does
these
like
awful
teeth
things, and you're just
clacking,
you're just sitting there like, I don't want to be here anymore.
I don't want to be out of the mouth, man.
Yeah, get me out of your mouth. Put me down. Stop it.
And then when we put out the director's cut, because like Phil mentioned when I was supposed to be on last time, it was the first half of Sour Salt was ARG based, and then that part ended, and we wanted to make it more accessible to an audience that just wants to watch.
Yeah.
Like just wants to come in, sit down, watch it, and then be done with it. And that's another thing that I do is I tell Michael, who's my colleague on this project, no, that's stupid. You need to make it simpler so people can understand it. You underestimate the intelligence of your audience.
Or you overestimate.
Yeah.
You think they're going to be able to connect the dots, but then you realize people like me watch those things.
Yeah.
And then I
don't know, man. I'd say if I've never really fucked around with an ARG before, but I feel like the way that I have been following Kojima for so long and how hard I called out all of that Death Stranding shit before all that news came out.
Is that an ARG though?
No. But I'm saying
an ARG,
like,
you interact with it more.
No, what I'm saying is like I feel like my powers of deduction are enough to where I can probably hang, but won't be the guy that has the penultimate answer. I'll just be that dude that goes, Chief, you're gonna want to see this, and just lead people in the right direction. So
that's the thing. Like that's the same as me. Is like everything in an ARG is like super fun. And like the intrigue is awesome until you get the puzzle, and then you look at it and you're like, oh, I don't know what the fuck I'm looking at.
Yep.
What is that? Like I remember I did one, and it was the puzzle we got was literally just a square with 6 lit up cubes in it. And I looked at it and I'm like, what the hell am I supposed to do with that? And he goes, figure it out.
Okay.
And he turns and he goes, it's really nothing, just click the description. And you're just like, wow, I spent 15 hours trying to solve this puzzle for a series I should know about!
God damn.
Whatever.
Well, like for the director's cut, we wanted to make it simpler, so we added a bunch of text cards in between videos, a la like Marble Hornet style. That basically explained all the bullshit to you, so you didn't have to go and root through comments and descriptions of, like I said, 30-second videos.
So,
which if you're watching in a playlist is literal hell.
So you made your own film theory for your own creepypasta series. Is that what I'm?
Yeah, if you explain a joke, it's not funny anymore, Controller. I just want you to know that.
Shut up.
Well,
go watch Sour Salt.
Go watch Sour Salt.
Please,
I like it.
Please
I will watch it, and I will report back next podcast.
Thank you.
Know how it's going.
There you go.
By the way, we have discussed the possible chance of Matt Pat finding it, and we've decided no, we're gonna ride that. We're gonna ride.
Oh no,
that
ride
train.
it for sure, 100%.
Now we have a goal. First of all, now we have to get this to be so big that Matt Pat finds it, and I need you to just put the most inane bullshit that doesn't actually amount to anything in everything, so Matt Pat has to come back to it every 6 fucking weeks.
You have to remove the director's cut now.
No, yeah,
you have.
That's the best part about it is like until you get to the end, you don't know what the fuck's happening half the time. Like I didn't even know what character I was playing until the season 2 finale.
What?
Hey, that's
like,
not.
I was.
That's not
I was
like
given
a new thing. The same thing's
I,
happening to
like-
Mads Mikkelsen at Kojima's fucking thing. He's people.
No, yeah,
They
it's
ask him.
exactly like that.
Yeah, they ask him what's happening with Death Stranding, and he's like, "Man, I don't know."
There's babies.
Apparently, that game is far along in development, and Mads still has no idea what he's doing.
Yeah.
It makes
No,
me
it's
excited.
like I get it started with I would get handed a script, and then I would read the script and I'd go, okay, what's my motivation? How do you want me to read this? Just do it.
So a sign of a good director,
Yeah,
right there.
Oh yeah.
tell him
Yeah.
to fuck off next
Nah.
time.
No, I'd be thrilled if Matt Pat talked about it because then I can tell him he's wrong and watch him break down because he can't accept criticism.
Well, that's the thing.
just a theory.
Well, that's the fun bit is like even if he's close to the correct answer, then in the very next thing you make, you just go so far off
We
in the
just
opposite
change it.
direction. I'm pretty sure they
Yeah.
make 2 cuts of films, and then he's like, "Oh, Star Wars theory." They're like, "All right, that's kind of spot on. Release the other cut." They have a 50-50 chance every time.
Yeah.
Film theory. Does Goku is gay?
Bam, bam, ba, bam, bam, ba, ba, bam, ba, 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 ba. Oh, it's not the film theory song. He's got a different one.
Like,
Yeah.
every time I like I'll see the thumbnail for a game theory or whatever, and I'll just like put my head into my hands and just sigh really loudly.
Hey,
Because
man, look,
every
I-
time it's stupid. Each one is dumber than the last one.
Listen, I used to watch Game Theory unironically. Okay. And I think that there was a lot of them I enjoyed on the
I
pure
agree.
basis of like, wow, that's interesting. I never looked at it that way. But I will say that in his fame, I mean, because you think about it, the Doki Doki Literature Club shit is the closest thing we got to like a real, like in recent memory, to like an actual functioning game theory. And then the reason why that is because all of it was already done for him
Yeah.
on the Reddits.
Yeah,
So
Yeah. like he did one for another ARG called Petscop, and what that is that's a mystery series that's made entirely out of one guy
a PS1 game. Yeah.
commenting over a PS1 game that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
Like
Petscop's
made it from
super cool.
scratch. It's amazing. And then you go and you look at Matt Pat's video, and he spends, I think it's like 25 minutes talking about this theory that's already been disproven.
Yeah.
About about this child who died, and then shows an animation that he must have paid for of the death of the child
Yeah.
taking place.
Yeah. The
you're
David
like,
Cage
oh,
of YouTube.
What?
no, legit.
That's
he is.
What? No, you can't just
And, like-
throw that around.
And then you go and you look at you go and you look at the next best one, which is Pyrocynical's video about it. It's an hour long, and he doesn't even touch on the subject of the dead kid till like 45 minutes in, and he's done with it in 3 minutes.
Yeah. Matt Pat,
And
like
then-
at the beginning of that video, makes this whole hubbub about like, we're going to talk about some really hardcore topics, which like, it doesn't work because his voice is like that of a musical. Like,
Yeah.
here's one thing. Did anyone actually see that fucking, I forget the name of the channel, but they're kind of a lighthearted tone channel where they do like video game musicals and shit.
No.
Is that
they're-
Random Encounters?
Yeah, Random Encounters. They did a fucking
Yeah.
inky that copy pasta that has a game associated with it.
Yeah, I
And they did-
watched their that Resident Evil musical they did
Yeah.
with Markiplier.
Watch the one that he's in. It's like Inky or Bendy and the Inky Machine or some shit.
Yeah,
that sounds like
Bendy
something
and
he'd
the
be
Ink
involved.
Machine.
Yeah, and he's not a bad singer. He's totally like for that kind of thing. Like he's great. Actually really good.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
But like him trying to talk about anything that's serious in nature.
Yeah.
Just take him away from it. Put him in all the roles where he plays a cartoon character. Matt Pat is an actual real-life cartoon character. Don't let him talk about kid death. That's the worst.
So, like, the funny thing about that is I actually know somebody that has worked with Matt Pat on those musicals.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
And I have it on good authority that Matt Pat is just like that.
Yeah.
Like, he's not good at talking about anything serious at all.
Which is fine.
He's a happy
And,
guy.
like, he's a happy guy, and, like, he's the kind of person who you need to be very careful when you talk about his work in any kind of criticizing light to him, because he'll immediately take offense.
Because he knows.
Like, there's a video of him, or a live stream or whatever, of him critiquing this guy's video of what happened to game theory, and like halfway through he stops having like any points at all, and he just kind of sits back, and his girlfriend then gets up and then starts doing all of the arguing for him. And it's painful. It's because you know.
Yeah, man.
I think that guy likes making weekly bendy videos.
Yeah.
That man used to talk about actual science and shit. Wrong most of the time, but still he would try. And now it's like it's.
I still think one of the most interesting videos he ever did was the Mario Kart one, where it was like, could you survive a Mario Kart crash or some shit? Yeah. I don't remember what it was.
9 times out of 10, the answer is no.
Fucking no.
The hook shot would tear your arm off.
No, I think it was what the fuck was it? I know that he basically talked about how if you were sliding on the ground at a certain mile per hour, the friction between you and the ground is enough to tear off layers of skin, and if you do it for long enough. And long enough is basically a few seconds, you can totally grind your shit down to the bone if you're being a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
And I've seen that happen in those awful Russian car crash videos where there's a motorcyclist and a guy turns up and his fucking hand is like fucking hanging off the other end.
Here's my nub.
Because YouTube will let ads run on that video, but not a fucking Let's Play.
But not this video because we mentioned Bible Black like 20 minutes ago.
Yeah. I think you were wrong. I don't think Matt Pat is the David Cage of YouTube. I think Matt Pat is the Neil deGrasse Tyson of video games.
Oh God!
Everyone loved him at first, and now anytime he says anything at all about something people like, everyone goes, shut up, please stop ruining it.
Wait, when did he get milkshake ducked? When did Neil deGrasse Tyson get fucking milkshake ducked?
When he became racist, I guess.
Does he? No, you don't have to be racist to be milkshake ducked.
Well, in this case, maybe he was.
But maybe. When did he drop the hard C?
Christianity?
No, cracker. When did he show up to a white man's broadcast?
What I'm saying is you can't drop the Bible bomb if you're Neil deGrasse Tyson. You're a science boy.
What did he do? Try to piss in the Pope's mouth? What the fuck?
That's
a generally agreeable man, too. Like
the Pope?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah, well, I mean, this Pope
New
especially.
Pope's good. He's all right. I haven't heard anything.
He's pretty rad.
bad.
I haven't heard anything bad about it.
New Pope's been writing fan fiction about Christianity and Catholicism in general, and it's way better than the original canon.
And that's crazy, considering he's still slowly working through that Undertale copy.
Yeah, straight up. Straight up.
And we're right back around.
Yeah, no, like, that's, like, super true about Neil deGrasse Tyson, though. Like, I was on Twitter the other day, and I saw a tweet from U.S. Netflix, and it was Neil deGrasse Tyson complaining that Armageddon and I think it was Deep Impact weren't on Netflix, and then he made a comment about how they play loose with science and shit. and then and then the current tweet was 5 years after the fact, and Netflix goes, well, Armageddon is up there on Netflix now, Neil, in case you want to ruin it for everyone.
Poor Neil's just trying to get his Aerosmith fix. Getting put on blast on Twitter for a 5-year-old tweet.
Yeah.
Poor guy.
I don't want to close my eyes. Yo, this is the year. Philip DeFranco was right. This is the year that companies are making the clapbacks. Did you hear what they? Did you? We'll get to that. Look, we're fucking completely sidelining our entire.
Yeah, there's
podcast.
a formula,
There's
and I'm trying to wait for like a good segue point.
Yeah.
It hasn't showed up.
No.
So now is the segue point.
The hard stop. Hey, Control, you're the guest.
You go first.
You go first. What you playing? What you watching? What you listening to?
Okay. Well, for playing, I've been playing some Hyrule Warriors.
Really?
The new Switch version?
Yeah, the new Switch version, and I gotta say, I think that's like my favorite Warriors game because there's so much. Like, it's an absurd amount of content in that game.
Yeah, play
like
Conqueror, though.
I do.
Okay, but so you're wrong. So I want you to know that you're wrong objectively.
Of any of the games with Warriors in the title, I can't agree. I hate Dynasty Warriors, but Hyrule Warriors was the only one I've been able to kind of tolerate. And I don't even like Zelda, so I don't know why. I don't know what it is.
Like, there's a ton of characters already from the start, and then you go into that adventure mode, and like, there's like 6 characters that you can unlock in the first map.
Yeah.
And then like 3 other maps that have like 4 more. And like, I unlocked Majora's Mask Link, and he has the Fierce Deity Mask, and he's super fun to play as. And like, that game's just super fun. It's also like incredibly infuriating because the adventure mode is super difficult, and the Sword Ghost from Skyward Sword is the worst character in the fucking game.
What's your fucking name?
It's
Philo?
Fi or Fee
Philo?
or something.
Fee. It's Fee.
Fee. Yeah.
And
like the nanny. Like that nanny
her,
Mick.
Yeah, she's got the moles and everything. And like her entire move set, play style, whatever it's all style and literally nothing else. Like, because she does all these fucking ballerina moves and shit, and they do no damage, and you can't tell when they hit.
I mean, you're just fucking bad at it.
Yeah. No, that too. I'm bad. I'm bad.
Years.
That game's a lot of fun. I'm having fun with that. I'm also playing. I got back into 14.
Really? Oh yeah.
I told you
Everybody
about that,
me.
Phil.
Yeah.
Everybody me is getting back in.
My progress is very slow.
Okay, so I'm good. I can keep playing Terra, like I said I was going to.
No,
all right, good.
I was playing Terra up until I could renew my subscription. So, yeah, I've been playing 14, and I just got to this haunted mansion dungeon. There's like a vampire lady at the end of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just got to that, and I had a very upsetting, I guess, raid of that. Because I got kicked out of the party for supposedly not being a good tank, yet the healer was doing nothing to help me at all.
Okay.
And was standing right next to me and not healing me, but instead was hitting the vampire lady, the succubuses.
Yeah.
That's the last boss of that area.
Well, okay.
Right?
Yeah, because here's the thing, though, is that, like, in 14 especially, you'll find that, like, late game end raids require healers to do damage. Like, they have to, because you can't DPS hard enough by yourself.
But this was a story mission.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Like
wrong.
Early game, I'm level 30.
Yeah, absolutely. I know. I know the Hawk Manor. So he only called you a bad tank because of the fucking end.
Well, no, I didn't even get to the end in that run. It was just the maids and shit that are floating around.
Oh.
They kept doing their area of effects attacks and shit, and then the little guys would come over, and then I'm drawing aggro, which is what I'm supposed to do.
What are you playing?
Marauder.
Oh, so you're top tier. Well, yeah, because one of the biggest problems is you can't hold aggro at early game because everyone's so fucking like used to. Oh, if you're a tank, you're obviously just running main scenario roulette. So or you're just running fucking duty roulette anyway. So people are like, you're kitted out. But you're actually like a new player, and people are trying to remember like the days in which holding aggro was way fucking harder because the way that armor progression works in that game is that it doesn't. You don't really, don't fucking progress in armor progress. Like you don't really do anything until like level 50. And at that point, you start getting like gear and weapons, and eye levels start mattering. But once because I think the max eye level right now is like 360 something, 365. So yeah, you've got people who are running these roulettes at item level 350, wondering why they're like, yeah, sure, they're synced down, but wondering why they're pulling all this aggro. And it's like, motherfucker, you beat the game 3 times. Like, what do you expect?
Yeah.
Like,
It gets irritating when you sit in the queue waiting for a healer and another DPS to pop in for 9 minutes.
That's weird.
And then
I've never heard of that before
weird.
because tanks get insta pops almost all the time. Well, I mean, I guess lower level is probably not super abundant right now. God forbid you try to do any like old school like the Minstrel's Ballad fucking Ultima Weapon extreme mode, or I think it was just hard mode at the time. Yeah, don't do that. I remember waiting in a 90-minute queue as a fucking ranged DPS for that, and that was the worst.
Gross.
Like you're sitting there and you finally get in, and then and then you get downed, and then you get revived, and then you get downed again because the healer's not healing you, and the cooldown's already gone on your already started on your potion because you had to use it because the healer's not healing you, and then you get revived again, and you're like, all right, ready to go, and you think you're the one that's doing a bad job, and then you get kicked out of the party because apparently you're the one who's not doing what they're supposed to be doing.
And then like when you get kicked out, you don't get replaced by like a bot.
No, yeah.
So, like at that point, just fucking keep them in. Like, what do you?
No,
what's the point?
If you kick somebody out, the game can re-queue. They can
really they can join you mid dungeon.
Yeah, no matter what, like someone can fucking.
It has been a while since I've played 14.
Yeah, I mean, that's why like it never really happens for me because all the roulettes I run are normally high level roulettes, but like more often than not, if you're running a low level roulette, and someone for whatever reason decides to leave, you can totally just, if it's like a fucking 1 DPS, you can run forward and just tank heal DPS and have the 3-man party and just wait till it fucking fills up again. But if you're like someone where it's like, oh, the tank's gone, hey healer, do you want to kick it into fucking overdrive? The only person that like it's a bad thing to lose that person and find them again is healers, because I think healers are actually the least played class of like the higher fucking game.
I would imagine so, yeah, because that's more often than not, that's what I ended up having to sit there and wait for.
Because red mages are classified as what, DPS?
Yeah, I don't do DPS. DPS has easily the most classes in the game, and that's one of the biggest. That to me is one of the biggest issues with the Holy Trinity system that they have in 14, because it's like you have 3 tanks, 3 healers. What? 2? Okay, so you have Summoner, Black Mage, Red Mage. Those are your casters. You have Bard and Machinist. Those are your ranged DPS. Then you have Melee, which is fucking Monk, Ninja, Dragoon, and Samurai.
Don't forget the Astrologian.
Yeah, well, no, I was saying like 3. Astrologian is a healer. Like, that's 9 DPS fucking classes.
And I only want to play those.
Yeah, exactly. Because they fucking, that's why like everyone's losing their fucking mind about Geomancer possibly being a support class, which would be great because we need more support classes, and they are pushing hard on that Geomancer fucking hype train in the story. They fucking release it, Geomancer's another fucking DPS, I'm gonna be upset. Cause I mean, like, Marauder right now turns into Warrior, and Warrior, if I remember correctly, as of right now, is like the most. He is top tier tank. So like, Paladin is just really good for OT, and if you're playing a Dark Knight, you might as well just fucking reroll, you idiot, because you're not gonna fucking get people who want to put you in their static or anything, which is the kind of thing I'm in right now. The entire time, I've always leveled up a fucking Bard through a Realm Reborn and Heaven's Ward, and then when Stormblood dropped, I re-rolled to get a fucking or not re-rolled. I did the thing to get Red Mage, and Red Mage was super fucking strong at the beginning because Red Mage's like overall kit is insane. Where it's like, yeah, hey, you could literally just dual cast. You can cast a fucking random damage spell and then instant cast a battle res. It's like, what? Like, who the fuck thought that was a good idea? And then I think they just nerfed fucking the Red Mage's damage into the ground, and now Red Mages still do damage, but nowhere near as much as, like, everyone else. So they're just a specialty class right now, and it makes me upset because I love playing Red Mage. The face roll is so fun, but
No. Yeah, I like 14 a lot. Like, I'm not into MMOs. A big amount, but like there's just something about 14 where I just want to play it when I have nothing else that I need to be doing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's how my adventures in 14 have been. I'm getting there. It's gonna take me a long time before I get to all that Kefka shit. Which is all I want to do.
Yeah, me too.
Let me tell you, I never got past... Realm Reborn wasn't the problem. Like, I got hung up in some spots, but it was fine. The update content for Realm Reborn before you get to Heavensward is such a fucking slog that I could not force myself through it.
Oh yeah, no, I immediately bought the boost.
Now that I've taken a break, if I go back, I'm pretty sure I could play through it. I don't think I need to buy a boost. But, like, at that point, the fatigue had started setting in. I'm like, I can't do this. And then I cancel my subscription, like, a month later. Hey, Samurai class, fuck you, Max!
Yeah, no, that was, like, the best thing I ever did was because I didn't want to go through all the Heaven's Ward content because everyone was, like, no one was running it anymore.
Yeah.
So, like, they turned around and said, hey, just pay $25 and skip the story. Get straight to Stormblood. I was like, fuck yeah! I'll do that in a heartbeat.
Here you go.
That's the kind of microtransaction I'm completely fine with. It's like, hey, do you just want to catch up to everybody else? You just want to be in a position...
Do you want to play with your friends?
You want to play with your friends?
Yeah.
I know you've been gone for like a year and a half, and you keep fucking subscribing to the game and not playing it because you love us. So here, we'll give you the option to just fucking skip it.
Yeah.
Do what you got to do.
See, that's my problem, though, Phil, is like, you know I'm not the kind of person that can just skip a story like that.
Oh, boy.
Like I told you, like, 2 weeks ago, or 2 podcasts ago, one of the things I was going to talk about was how I played through all of the God of War games just so I could play the new one.
Yeah, I see that, but, like, we're not talking, like, God of War is, like, 8 to 10 hours. We're talking about literally 2 to 3 years of MMO content. I don't know if you're going to survive, or by the time that you get to the Kefka thing, it's like, bro, the expansion pack came out. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, like, 2 expansions later.
Yeah, like, what are you doing, man?
Kefka's weak shit. We're fighting Sephiroth right now. Where are you?
Where the fuck are you at? Final Fantasy 16 dropping. It's another MMO. Get the fuck out of here.
Like, because what I'm probably gonna have the character that goes through the game, and then I'm gonna have the character that I pay the money to level up to max and skip the story for.
All right, that's you can do that.
So that way I can just kind of do both, and I don't have to wait. But like, no, I want to go through all this stuff. Obviously, I'm not going to go through every bit of content. Like, fuck, holy shit! I look at so much stuff in 14, and I just go, I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Right
what
now,
is that? I just figured out how to just figured out how to stick a piece of materia into my armor.
Oh yeah, don't fuck with materia. That's the other thing too. Just don't fuck with like armor. Armor progression doesn't matter. Don't fuck with like materia because materia is so expensive until you get like just get your fucking relic armor and that's when you start fucking with it. But don't fuck with materia right now. Like materia, because you know what the fucking that's the other thing too is that the best way to do anything in materia wise in that game is, hey, are you DPS? Just put crit, idiot. Just fucking load your shit up with crit and spell speed maybe if you're a fucking caster. But like
I look at all this thing. I went to the market board and I looked at that. And I saw something that I hadn't seen before, an icon, and I went down to look at it. I'm like, "What the fuck is this? There's a class for fishing."
Yep. All the gathering classes.
That was one of the last things I think I did. I went down the gathering train. I really enjoyed crafting for some reason. But the problem is that you don't get to a point where you really enjoy it until you fully level up those classes. And until then, it's literally have a guide up, do all of like they're not quests. I forget what they are. The duties.
Mm-hmm.
Do the duties, and then get to the next level so you can do more duties.
Yeah.
You're never trading with anybody until you get to like the end of that, and even still, like, it's just it's a lot of time. Yeah. It's time that I kind of have now, and I could do it, but I just can't get this.
I think my problem with it right now is that because I don't have a a gathering or a crafting class, I'm incredibly broke. I've been sitting pretty at 480,000 gil for a while now, but I'm gonna need gil if I really like. It's if I want to be actual big dick OG raid man, which is what I'd love to do in that game. I'm gonna have to become a gatherer or a crafter and start selling mats, because if I don't, I'm not gonna make any fucking money.
Yeah.
And it's like I think I had 1 million and I used it like 500 of it to get a bunch of direct hit materia when everyone was like, "Oh hey, direct hit is a new stat. That'll work," which is like all that is like a baby crit, and they're like, "Nah, just roll crit. We're sorry." I was like, "Fuck off!" Like, I have so much direct hit materia.
Damn.
What the fuck?
Damn. Reroll.
So,
yeah.
All right. Well, it's almost 10. You need to roll through your shit. Let's go.
All right. Besides that, I haven't been playing much of anything else. Listening to that guy that does the Vine sauce.
Vinny?
Vinny, yeah.
Vinny?
Yeah.
He does music too, and I've been listening to his albums.
What does he
puts
do?
them out. He puts them out under the name Red Vox.
Oh. Huh.
And
what kind of music is
they're I don't know how to describe it, and I don't know what the exact genre is. It's like this kind of like ambient rock.
Oh, like post rock?
I guess.
All right.
I remember the same boat as you, Control. I don't really.
It's kind of droney, but it's not annoying.
No.
Yeah.
And
That's fine.
yeah. And besides that, I watched both seasons of Overlord, and that's a good show. I hate the main character.
I don't think I got to like episode 4 or 5 of season 1 and just fell off because I was watching it with some people. Fuck them though. Maybe I'll try again.
Overlord is really confusing because it just becomes a fantasy like anime.
Yeah.
Like it's very like they started it off as like what is the genre name for it? I know you know it.
Isekai.
Isekai.
Trapped in another world.
Yeah.
Not necessarily trapped.
Yeah. Another
Most
world
of the time
anime,
though, trapped.
And it's not even like about that anymore. Like at a certain point, it just becomes the story of what's happening in that world, and you're like, is this even isekai or is this just a fantasy anime? Which is fine.
Yeah, it's a fantasy anime with a sci-fi startup. I imagine it's one of those things where it's like, oh, they'll address that at the end of the series. Oh, it's based on a light novel. You will never know what happened. There will never be a time where they will explain how it happened or what happens after. You will never know. Ever.
That's amazing. At some point, I'll
Yeah.
have to fucking. You know what? I'm not gonna say that because I every time I do, I never fucking do.
You never do. Well, alternatively, you could just watch the things because I gave you the remote at my house.
You did give me the remote at your house. You did.
You're watching Megalobox. You're trying really hard.
Hey, yeah. Excuse me. I'm moderately up to date on Megalobox.
No, you're 2 episodes behind.
It's better than not being
I'm
not
2
fucking
episodes
knowing.
behind too.
Okay, well there you go. See, fuck you.
But
Well, he also watched Overlord.
Oh, well.
I like Overlord a lot better than I like .hack. That is the most up its own ass show I've ever seen in my life.
So
Holy
which
shit!
dot hack did you watch though?
Got 5 episodes into Sign.
Yeah. Okay. No, don't though.
That's
Don't
the
do
most.
that.
It is the most boring, nonsensical thing I've ever seen. No characters have any motivations at all. They're just there for some reason,
Yeah.
and I was talking to my friend about it, and I'm like, and then there's this player killer that just shows up for some reason. He goes, "Oh yeah, that's the guy from GU," and I said, "What? Yeah, he's like 9 years old." In hack Sign, and I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Oh, Saki.
GU's way more competent than this.
No, yeah, no. There's a person. What the fuck is his name?
Haseo.
No, not.
Is Haseo? I was going to ask.
Fuck, yeah.
It's Haseo.
The terror of death. Haseo.
And then he gets fucking data drained and becomes a Seo. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, those words probably meant something.
I got to the end
Data
of Volume 1 in the
Hold on.
PS4 collection, and I was just the most disappointed I've ever been. Because I didn't know the game was over. Credits started rolling.
Yeah.
Isn't that great?
That's what God
And
of
I
War
lit-
did to me.
That's what
And I-
Detroit kind of did.
I thought to myself, wait, that's it? How long
you're
did
right.
people have to wait for the next one?
Oh no, it wasn't like, if I remember correctly, because I remember being like
I think it was
super
like
pumped
3
for
months.
that release cycle. I remember it was like 3 to 5 months life cycle, so it was a wait, but it wasn't anything to where it was like a too like we're gonna feel with the fucking Final Fantasy VII remake, where we get episode 1 and we're gonna get episode 2 2 years later.
Yeah.
So.
But like, I had the second game right there ready to go. Still wasn't happy with how the ending happened.
Yeah.
And then the credits show you scenes from the next game.
Yep.
With no dialogue, just credits and music. And I don't understand what I'm looking at.
Dot Hack's a really weird series, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. The whole time I was watching Sign, it felt like I was watching those last 2 episodes of Evangelion again, where fuck was happening.
Oh, I got it. I got what he was saying. You cut out for a second, but I'm picking up what you're putting down.
No,
Last 2
you
episodes
know-
of
you know
Evangelion are
They're like,
they're budget episodes.
yeah.
Straight up. I still like them, but they're definitely limited by
How
resources.
successful was fucking Dot Hack Sign during its Cartoon Network run?
It was on Cartoon Network?
You don't remember that?
No.
Cartoon Network was only showing Dot Hack Sign like at the most random intervals of the day.
I don't remember that shit at all.
I remember there being a Dot Hack Sign marathon, and I said that must be the most intensely boring 4 hours anyone has to spend.
Well, that's the
I
ideal
can
thing. Is you
imagine.
get it all done at once. You don't have to keep coming back expecting something more.
Well, no, it's 26 episodes, I thought. I don't
It's
remember.
28 episodes.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
And I watched the dub. It's awful. Every part of the dub is just terrible.
Mm-hmm.
I felt like it. No, Rave is saying it didn't last long. I felt like it lasted longer than it should have. Actually, I 100% believe that like Dot Hack Sign was really fucking successful for its first run because like at the time the games were successful.
Yeah.
So like people were super about Dot Hack Sign. They just didn't fucking know it was good.
They didn't know it was
Well,
bad.
no, the game.
It's like liminality
game-
too. Like watching liminality is weird. All the dot hack animes are super fucking weird and watered down because it's just telling you to go play the games.
Yeah.
Like
I'm
if you want
pretty- 'cause I'm
action, go
pretty
play
sure,
the
like,
games.
Like every adaptation ever.
The games aren't
Sona.
even about the characters in Sign. They're about the ones from Legend of the Twilight.
Yeah, no, Sign is weird. Sign is like a prequel. Sign is a prequel. Liminality is one that happens during it, and then there's Dot Hack Jack, which is like also happening alongside GU, and then there's the GU. Then there's the anime that literally takes place before GU. That's basically just GU, where Haseo wasn't a piece of shit, and you watch him go from super happy can be baby MMO player to actual online murder man, like
Yeah,
which is fine.
as you do.
Yeah.
As everyone
Yeah.
becomes.
The
I
only
like how
thing
Max is tiptoeing around the fact that he knows next to nothing about dot hack and has just been staring at his Sword Art Online collection the whole time.
I have not been staring at that. I've been looking around the room.
Yeah.
I've considered maybe cracking open the one I'm on right now, though, while you guys talk.
That's okay, because I've been staring at my copy of Fatal Bullet the whole time too.
Oh, well, it's on the same
yeah.
shelf.
Yeah. Yeah. No, the one thing I'll give the game is the massive amount of flavor text and like background information you get about shit that doesn't matter.
Well, yeah, because it's like, for all things considered, it's dumb to say this, but it's really like an MMO. From everything I've seen of it, it's like a single-player MMO.
100%. Like it has fake NPC player characters running around. It's got a logout. It's got forums that you can look at. It's got a fucking card game spin-off thing you can access. You can download fucking wallpapers for your in-game desktop background.
You can download Bible Black ASCII porn if you want.
Absolutely.
You need the action replay for that, but it's available.
It's there.
I've considered giving the series a shot. I just don't know when. There's too many games.
Ask Drew about it, because he'll tell
won't.
you. Like,
You could literally just.
I watched
play
Drew play.
GU. You could
Drew,
literally just play
oh,
GU.
Well, that's the
GU
easiest. You just get the
GU's
remake
most-
now.
Yeah, GU's the most like actual game
Yeah.
as opposed
I don't
to
think
like dot hacks more. I don't even know what to call it. Like it is actually an old school MMO combat system, and it's not fun.
it's not at all fun.
Interesting.
Because if you like playing old school MMOs was, I mean, 'cause back in the day, like skill usage and stuff like that wasn't really a big thing.
Mm-hmm.
It was just kind of like clicking onto certain things and watching your character do. Like it was very automated in a lot of a lot of ways. Well, like that's why when World of Warcraft came around and said, "Look, a hotbar," they're like, "What the fuck is this? A battle system that requires us to do shit?" Boo! Boo!
Yeah,
Boo this
Drew-
man!
I know that Drew played through not the GU games, but the other ones on stream, and like I've seen Drew get mad a few times, but he gets really mad when he plays those games.
Drew has such a fascinating taste in video games. It is like absolute. It's like he doesn't play good games, but he refuses to do anything.
Yeah,
about
it's
it.
like, I won't play good games, but I'll play Legaia 2 all the way through.
Yeah, like
All
what
the
the
times.
fuck?
Interesting. He's an interesting man. He did play GU. Actually, I remember I was in the call for him. It was a few years back. It's probably actually one of my favorite stream moments where just for 2 hours we would subtly hint at like shows. I don't even remember. I know the VOD's up on his channel somewhere. It's like 2 hours long of the same joke. And it just stays funny the whole time. Or it doesn't, who knows.
Last year he played through the original ones again. And like I have never seen the word upset up on the screen for so long. Like
that's right. Oh, you played on Go to Bedcast. That's right.
Yeah, just yelling and screaming at the screen because he can't get the fucking minigame to work right. And then I'm pretty sure he actually broke his controller by throwing it against the wall.
God damn, I didn't know that.
Like it makes me not want to play those games.
Well,
Yeah, original. Like I said, original dot hack's not fun. The storyline is completely fine, but like they're just not fun.
what's the main character's name? Like Kite?
Kite.
Yeah, he looks like a
Kite, yeah.
loser. I don't want to play him.
He's kind of a
He,
loser.
he looks way cooler as an evil virus man, but he still looks like a loser too. It's
Yeah.
weird. He has this dagger that splits into a shitty looking claw. It's dumb. But yeah, besides Dot Hack and Overlord, I watched that show Scream Queens, and there's not much to say about that except it's a slasher TV show that tries to be an anthology show at the same time, like American Horror Story.
Oh.
And it's fine. I enjoyed it. I've never hated every character as fast and felt sympathy for the killers as fast as I did watching this show, because the first thing that happens is rich girl in sorority goes downstairs and goes over to Maid, and then references Maid in her inner monologue and says she's basically a slave, then calls the maid a racial slur despite the fact that she's white.
Mm.
And it's like, and you're like, wow.
I'm getting
And
the
you-
impression I'm not supposed to like this character.
You're like, yeah, no, like I had to stop a couple of times because I was shocked at what was occurring on the screen in front of me. And like, they picked the right person to play that specific character. Like she's one of those people who, you want somebody to play a huge bitch, you get her.
Do you put racist on the casting call, or do you surprise them with it when they get there?
Yeah, just
I would
say
think
the
you would
N-word.
go.
Huh? What?
just no, it's cool. It's a bit.
This
What
is
do
for a
you
TV
mean?
show, right?
A bit of what?
How intensely can you call this maid we have white mammy? That's the slur. That's the words that are used, by the way. She says, I call her white mammy because she's basically a slave.
Man,
and you're
2018 is
just
a trip. It's a
And
trip.
it's like
2018 is
it's
a
like 10
barreling
minutes into
down.
the pilot, and you're like, Jesus.
So like 2017 was like the downfall.
We're
But-
here now.
But fucking, like, you thought that we were gonna die. No, 2018 is the stabilization, and you think it's getting worse, but you just have to remember, no, this is where we're at.
This is the plateau.
This is the
the bottom,
plateau.
and we're
Like,
scraping
here's
it.
Like, sure, Kim Kardashian in the White House talking about prison reform is a little much, but weirder things have happened.
Kim Kardashian went to the White House, talked about prison reform, and then went home and watched Darling in the Franks.
and
It's
forgot
2018.
her baby.
Forgot her child.
Did you
It's
fucking see that?
2018.
I'm not sure if you've seen that. My friend shared this gif of just Kim Kardashian walking out to the paparazzi, and she's taking her coat off, looking at the van, and you can notice the moment that she goes, "Oh fuck, where's the kid?"
Aw.
and then immediately about faces back into the building and walks out with Little West. Like,
Oh man.
2018 is a
Jesus.
fucking
Oh, yeah.
trip, brother.
I should mention that show came out in 2015.
Fuck.
What?
Long con. They were in it. They were in it from the beginning.
The show came out in
Scream Queens.
2015. The one I just
Oh.
talked about.
Oh, okay.
Damn.
I'll
They-
tell you right now, though, Jamie Lee Curtis is in it, and she's fantastic. She kicks a whole bunch of ass, and she's a massive bitch.
Good.
Good for her.
Good for her.
Yeah, she's doing good. She's
Disappointed
doing
to
good.
see her not actually compete at Evo
Mhm.
like she said she would.
Yeah. I still think she should be Vega in the next Chun-Li movie, but whatever.
What? She should be
What?
Vega?
Did you
Wait,
not see
what?
that? She cosplayed as... Who did she cosplay as? It was Vega.
The Spanish dude with the snake?
Really?
Yeah, she cosplayed... Hold on.
Really?
Yeah.
And
Alright.
the claw?
Well, why you pull that
Yeah,
up?
because she had the fucking... the She wore the mask so that nobody would notice her.
Oh, that's cool.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah,
Cosplay.
she's in really good shape for her age too.
Yeah, I was always a Jamie Lee Curtis fan.
look at her as Vega.
God damn it. She's wearing like a skin like bodysuit thing.
Yeah, because her son likes fighting games, and you know what? She wants to support that.
Interesting character choice.
Right?
Bottom tier.
Yeah, bottom tier ass,
fine.
but hey,
You know,
that's cool.
taste in characters aside, Jamie Lee Curtis seems pretty cool.
Old people who want to support their kids' video game stuff is the
Yeah.
cutest thing.
Unless they pick Vega.
Yeah.
Anyway,
What do you want? What do you want her to play?
Not Vega. Do you like... No, you can't do Balrog. Oh, but Balrog is Vega if you're in Japan.
Jamie
Phil,
Lee
what did you
Curtis
play
in
watch list
blackface?
to? We have to.
Yeah.
Phil, it's
Yeah.
yeah, it's
I'm
10:15. Okay, what did I play?
Okay, there's not really any news.
Yeah, okay, so what did I watch? Nothing.
Nice.
What did I listen to? Gorillaz is coming out with a new album.
Solid.
Oh, cool.
I don't know if anybody knows that. That is the most intensely strange choice. So, for those of you who are not in the know on the Gorillaz lore, Gorillaz as a band, has always had this overarching story that like happens. It's gotten to a point where Murdoch, the bassist, who's always been like the force pushing people, has now gotten imprisoned after being framed by someone in another music video from the Humans album, and they replaced him with, I shit you not, just him. It's Ace from the Gangrene Gang from Powerpuff Girls.
What?
Actually.
It is actually Ace from the Gangrene Gang from the Powerpuff Girls. They confirmed that the Powerpuff Girls and the Gorillaz take place in the same universe.
That's ridiculous.
Obviously. But that's just a theory.
Here's the other thing. Him might also be involved as well as a villain in the Gorillaz album, because I think they have a song called Save Us From Him. So, I don't know. I never knew this was the Infinity War collaboration I wanted, but now I'm on board. And also the song is Humility is amazing. It's an amazing summer jam.
Cool.
Really good to see. Like, I think one of my biggest problems with Humans is that there was a lot less of 2D. It was basically what Plastic Beach was, except completely get rid of the Gorillaz element. Plastic Beach was more of a Future album, and I think like story-wise it made sense, considering that like Murdoch was essentially trying to run away from this guy who was going to take his soul. So the idea is that half of my band is gone. Let's just bring everybody else to start writing songs for us too. Mm-hmm. So, and then Humans was just kind of like it had like individual tracks, but I look at it the same way that I look at Random Access Memories for Daft Punk, where it was a great album. It was a bad Gorillaz album.
Yeah.
And just listening to like the first.
I said yeah. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
Have you never listened to the Gorillaz?
I know the one.
Clint Eastwood.
What?
I'm happy. I'm feeling sad.
No, not Clint Eastwood. The other one. The other one, the only one people know.
Feel Good Inc.
Feel Good Inc.
Oh shit, yeah. I don't know why I blank. How deep into it do you have to be? You go, no, feel Good Inc. Do you mean Dirty Harry? Do you mean 2000? Is he talking about Rock the House? Like,
I'm sure if I heard it, I'm sure if you told me that some of the songs I know are Gorillaz songs, I would realize, I'd awaken. Mm-hmm. But no, as it stands, I don't really listen to.
You're missing out.
I don't listen to music too often.
You're really missing out.
Yeah,
Gorillaz is fantastic.
I'll lie and I'll pull a you. Yeah, I'll listen to Gorillaz.
Oh,
yeah, I'll
you know
listen
what?
to the whole discography.
All right, okay. So you know
I'll
what?
watch all their videos.
Here's how it's gonna happen.
I'll play.
Give me an anime, and I have to watch it
by the next podcast.
By the next podcast, and you have to listen to a whole like.
I'm gonna give you Legend of the Galactic Heroes. It's 112 episodes.
No, don't be that asshole.
Okay, fine.
But
deal.
like, you know.
All right, fine. We have to start doing that because I never have anything to talk about music-wise, and you never have anything to talk about what you watched. So you will give me music. I'll go through their whole discography.
Yeah.
And I'll give you a show. Deal.
Yeah.
New segment.
All right.
New segment. We shook on it. New segment.
Back to it. Been going through the Mousetrap label Mousetrap is a label that's run by Deadmau5, and he has a lot of techno artists on there. This guy I started listening to his name is Eddie. Super cool. Look up Still Healing. It is a monster of an atmospheric track. One of my favorites I've ever listened to. Absolutely just jaw-droppingly beautiful. Super good stuff. And then other than that, just more of the same. More artsy music, more future funk, more random.
You're big into that future funk.
Future funk is my lifeblood. If I could live in a cyberpunk dystopia where I own a bar that is run by a cybernetic cat girl and listen to nothing but future funk while I guzzle Arizona teas, I would do that.
Can I get the Mucho Mango?
Yes,
Okay.
you can have that one. I'll
Deal.
stick with the green tea. But if my world, my beautiful world view is that I have that, and the only cybernetic implant I have is the fucking stupid Adam Jensen sunglasses built into the face. But they're transitional, so I'm pure beta virgin.
Oh
That's
man!
amazing.
What if it's just the frames?
Yeah.
They're empty frames. You have the hipster glasses version of those with the not prescription.
Yeah.
No, it's those shitty ones that have the bars across them.
And
Yeah.
then you got your Yeezy shades.
Yeah.
But they come out of your face.
Yeah, rocking Yeezys, rocking 2020 Yeezys
Oh,
while
man.
driving on my Akira fucking bike.
Damn.
Going
More
to
like-
work.
Tetsuo's
like a
bike
Vespa.
from Akira.
I just made an anime. That was that right there. That or I just described Valhalla, which I should get back into. I started playing Valhalla. Now if we're gonna get back into
Cyberpunk Bar.
Cyberpunk Bar Simulator.
That's
Yeah.
Valhalla.
Pretty cool. Only problem I have is the text sound is grating to a point in which it's and it doesn't. And for me, I feel like the text adventures like that really need to add a little bit of spice, and they kind of do.
Yeah.
I think that every character needs to have their own little Undertale sound effect.
Animal
associated with
Crossing,
sound,
sound,
associated with their
yeah.
voice. If you're going to be doing a strictly text-based game, I liked it a lot from what little bit I played. There is a waifu in there, straight up glasses hacker waifu that I have not gotten to yet. That I'm all about, but. Yeah, I'll get back into that. It's obviously not a stream game because it's a book. It's a book. It's
I'm surprised you want the Jensen glasses and not the biker helmet that says Kill Boss.
No, I can do both. I'm gonna
Yeah.
ride a motorcycle, but I still have the glasses underneath, so it just gets in the way.
Yeah, I was gonna say, would you wear goggles over the sunglasses?
Yeah.
That'd be too dark.
In the future, you don't need to see.
In the future,
Everything's
neon.
already. Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to talk in the future. Your helmet just says it for you.
Yeah.
It just says kill boss.
Yeah, it just
Ru-
says kill
Ru-
boss.
Ruiner Kill Boss.
Ruiner is so fucking good.
Do you still have that? Do you still have the wallpaper as your background?
Fuck yeah, I do. Dude, no, you have no idea. Cyberpunk 2077 comes out, I'm never playing another game in existence.
What about when you finish it?
Huh?
What about when you finish it?
Fuck that. No,
Can you platinum it?
I will platinum it 3 times over.
All right.
I am not even fucking kidding you.
Check his trophies.
How did he do this 3 times?
Why does it say ×3 next to the platinum?
Man.
Here, hold on. See, look. Glasses waifu.
She's got big ahogi too.
Yeah.
Ahoge.
Yeah.
Whatever it's called.
She's wearing a sweater and she's got big titties.
I thought you were gonna point your phone at the screen we currently have Control's picture up on.
Oh no!
A little inside baseball.
Oh, no.
We have the Discord window always open whenever we have a guest so that we can both look at it as if the guest were in the room with us. It helps a lot.
Yeah, it does.
It is still pretty weird,
Yeah.
but it helps.
So, I guess the last thing I've been playing, we played Detroit.
We played Detroit.
We can talk about that in a little
God.
bit.
I heard that was a disaster.
Listen,
No,
we'll get to
actually.
it. We actually really liked it.
We had a good time.
We had a really good time. And what's even funner to me is watching the two best friends play through it and liking it just as much and go, so we're not fucking crazy.
No.
It's actually kind of fun.
Everyone seems to be enjoying it.
I think the only reason we didn't enjoy it as much was because of the... I played it up for the stream, but we fucking laid into Mr. Max here.
Became big villain boy.
He was super up because Max decided he wanted to be a piece of shit and kill all humans. When I was like, no, we should go for we should go for deviant playthrough, like actually kind of be like, human people. And he goes,
good guy.
Fuck all this nonsense. They killed my dad. And
Yeah.
he just starts shooting people with like the first fucking kill you get is so innocuous, and like you'd see he just kind of stabs a motherfucker in the gut a couple of times, and all the other androids are like, okay, that's happening.
I guess we're going for this route,
Yeah, like
says the game.
yeah.
So we're doing this kind of revolution. All right.
So I'm playing fucking Kara, and then I'm playing Connor, and I'm trying to play Connor which, by the way, Connor has hands down the best story.
100%.
100%. If that entire game was just Connor's storyline, it would have gotten every single viewpoint that David Cage wanted to share, and would have put it out there, and would have made sense.
It was enough. It was his campaign is perfect.
Yeah. Well,
Didn't even. I think so.
I don't think it's perfect. I think there's still definitely some Cageisms, like the whole, like on the bingo card there is like abused robot sex waifu that totally.
Fuck.
There's two of them.
Yeah. Well, I imagine none of them have a very good time at the Robo Sexnasium.
I don't disagree with that at all. I mean, watch Altered Carbon. Yeah, that shit's not good.
There's a bunch of.
Those places are not good places.
Oh.
Because in Altered Carbon, the idea is you can just fucking kill. Like, they're real people. They're not cyborgs, but, like, the whole idea is, like, they go into different bodies, and they have, like, the little data stack. So, like, you could just kill the fucking girls, but they don't tell the girls that it's like permadeath. So they're just saying, yeah, we'll run you in a new sleeve. Just let them do whatever the fuck they want to.
That's still fucked.
Yeah, it's fucked.
What?
It's watch Altered Carbon. It's really good.
I want to, but now less so.
It's super good.
That's
watch
horrible.
I'm gonna force you to watch an episode of Altered Carbon, at least the first episode. It's really fucking good.
I'm gonna do that too because since I finished Scream Queens, I've been trying to find something to watch, and like I've got two windows open, and one is for Orphan Black, and the other is for Pretty Little Liars.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah, don't do that. So the last thing I've been playing is there's been some hearsay about this little game, and if you guys put your fingers to the pulse, you may have heard about it, but you're gonna go off the basis you haven't. There's this MMO that just came out called Blessed Online that I was kind of excited for, and decided in my infinite wisdom to go and buy a founder's pack for it that was $40 on Monday because I had nothing better to do. And I would like to tell you that Steam immediately gave me my refund when I asked for it. That is easily one of the worst launch experiences I've ever had in an MMO. That is easily one of the worst MMOs I've actually ever had the displeasure of playing.
And you're like,
yeah,
you've been through some shit.
Yeah.
You're like, you got to max level in Mabinogi, so you're like an expert.
I never played Mabinogi.
In Fiesta Online, Phil is well known as one of the top tier beaters.
He's a prominent member of Gaia.
He's
Society.
the Black Swordsman of Gaia Online.
So I never played Fiesta Online, but I did play Rose Online.
The fuck is Rose Online?
It's basically Fiesta Online, but not.
Why do you know alternatives?
Because, dude, look. No, okay. You can give me all the shit that you want, but unless you come up to me You aren't real OG free to play MMO if you turn to me with that. I have to play MapleStory. Fuck you. If you show me screenshots from 2002 in your photo bucket from Gate to Heaven, then you are an OG. Don't you come the fuck back here. This is your house. Where are you going? Away from... I will lock the door. I'm not getting up from this chair. Welcome back. How you feeling? You got over it? Good. Get the fucking headset back on. Listen, I have been through the ringer. So I looked at Bless Online, and Bless Online has been around since about 2013. And it's been in Korea, it's been in Japan, it's been in Russia, and it's failed everywhere. Like, it's been awful everywhere. But they said, no, this time it'll be different. We reworked everything. And guess what? No, they didn't.
God damn it.
First of all, it runs on DX9. Secondly, the optimization is so bad. On my 1080 4790K, I got 10 FPS in the cities.
Cool.
When there was a majority of players on the screen.
So you have the time to take everything in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's an artistic decision. More cinematic.
The best part is it doesn't matter, like, because of the way that, like, Unreal Engine 3 works, Terra Online has the same exact fucking problem, wherein, like, you have to go into the actual INI file and turn off certain settings because of how UE3 fucking just hard caps frame rate.
Mm-hmm.
And if nobody gives a shit about it, it's just going to strictly use your CPU.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, even with like a decent CPU, if you're just running like an MMO and just all of it is on your fucking computer, like that, it's going to fucking not be good. Mm-hmm. Even people with like the most intense CPUs could not run the game. The most they could do is get it at 40. There is now a fix that someone has found where you can force the game to use your GPU, which apparently makes a lot of, like, people with 1080 Ti's are reporting, like, frame rates of 120, which is like, oh, hey, it's normal now. Sick. Like,
cool.
The game does not look as good as it needs to be running at that frame rate. The combat, they said, was going to be reworked into action-based combat akin to Terra. Then they turned around, didn't say anybody until 15 minutes after launch and said, by the way, we turned off action combat for every other class except Berserker because we couldn't get it to work.
Okay, cool. Well, did you pick Berserker?
Wow.
No, I picked Guardian.
Oh, that's
because...
a shame. You should have read the email.
Yeah,
they
right?
Sent out.
They sent out
the telegram.
Yeah, the telegram. The
sent out in Morse code.
You
get the little
truck
fortune cookie on the back of the snail. What?
The little truck cans where they fucking, you know, the ones I'm talking about. You speak into the can. And
it goes across the wire?
Yeah.
You're telling me you didn't get your Campbell's Chicken Noodle Soup Bless sponsored cans so you could get update information?
I didn't buy the right Founders Pack.
Dude, it's the wrong one, man.
You have
to go pick
Which is
it up.
funny you say that because the $200, where it used to be $200 Founders Pack, actually gave you an exclusive customer service line.
Yeah, you got to go pick it up at Winn-Dixie now.
So on top of that, I think there's nothing that, like, shows how awful that experience was until you get to a part in the mainline story, which is the way that you just obviously level up in an MMO nowadays. Most theme park MMOs do that. You had to go into an area that was open to everybody and pick up an item. The item had a 10-second respawn timer, and literally everyone in the server could get hard stopped at that one building and just try their damnedest to just mash F until maybe they got the item. You can see this on YouTube videos everywhere. It is the most intensely ridiculous thing to happen in 2018. It makes no fucking logical sense.
It's the most ridiculous thing since the exact thing happened in the Division.
In Division, yeah. It doesn't make any fucking sense. And that was 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And unlike the Division, which is like, okay, it just launched. It was probably something that was missed in Q&A because you didn't have like a billion people playing. This game's been released 3 different times in 3 regions.
Only 6 people played it in the other regions, so
but
they
Phil,
agreed to take turns.
No, it's early access. They called it early access. It's like they released a copy of the game that basically had Google Translate quality translations to the point where the first tutorial you hit is so poorly mistranslated that you sit there and it says apply combat poison to skill bar something. In order to do that, it's not asking you to do anything but combat poison. What it's asking you is to use the stance system. In order to do that, you have to go into your skills, find that separate stance, press the button that says mount, then you mount it to the actual hotbar, and that's how you get past the tutorial. But it tells you it's about combat poison. They
Maybe.
meant combat poise or position.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Oh,
Like,
no.
it's really fucking bad. And then, like, you just try to play, and it's... The community is so toxic from how much how many people are not having a good time, that literally it was just people yelling at the top of their lungs, A, how do I get this to run better? And B, y'all are dumb motherfuckers who bought this game. And it's like, you had to buy it to be here too, asshole!
He's providing service. He stands there in the starting town. Your timer at 1 hour and 40 minutes is like, you have 20 minutes to get your refund!
Yep.
Get out!
Oh, no, yeah, Steam's offering refunds to anybody no matter what hour.
Really?
Yeah,
They
yeah,
turned
that
around-
was...
They said that it was not a refundable item. People started refunding it en masse, and they were just like, yeah, all right, we have to do this. Sorry, guys.
I'm sorry.
That was all I saw about Bless, is that, like, I was on Twitter and it goes, yeah, Steam is allowing refunds. It doesn't matter how long you played it, get your refund now.
Some people can play it with it and get the refund with it still even installed. So as long as you don't uninstall the game, you just got a free game, like right there.
Yeah, but
But like, why though?
why would you keep it?
Yeah, exactly.
I imagine it takes up a lot of hard drive space.
It's about 45 gigs.
That's actually not that bad.
It's a normal game size, but like,
You know,
Maybe
So
that's
then-
a problem in of itself.
so then people are hitting max level in 2 days, and when they hit max level, they realize that, oh my fuck, there's no end game, and they're like, well, we didn't give you the end game yet. You mean the end game you said was going to be in the game at the beginning of the whole thing? Yeah.
We lie.
It's not working. So they said, in the next 1 to 2 weeks it'll come, we promise.
that's upsetting.
And then finally, the worst part is
It gets worse. Cool.
in all three regions of the game, there was an item duplication glitch that got fixed.
Mm-hmm. But not here.
Not here. It's the same item duplication glitch, and there is a auction house system. The economy is fucked on week 1.
Oh, no.
The economy's done, and people are saying the only way to fix it is to wipe, because I mean you got to server wipe. That's it, because at that point the economy is so fucked from everybody like running around with the same items, and they're literally duping fucking legendary weapons and shit and all sorts of. It's like you could be like, yeah, let me dupe all this enchantment stuff so that I never have to grind for any of this ever again.
There was a company that said, we're going to top Radical Heights for biggest disaster at launch. And then they did,
Yeah,
which is pretty impressive.
they
And I
tried to take
honestly
the
have to
money
give
and
it to
run,
them.
and Valve said no.
Nah,
They
you're about
didn't
to
even
get-
have Cliffy B working for them.
They went for what we call in the biz a smash and grab.
You're just gonna
Ooh.
keep
Oh,
digging
fuck
that
off.
fucking knife, aren't you?
Really upset about it.
Mm.
But now you can return it.
Bill,
Guy who bought me smash and grab, get your refund.
No, I refuse. I still haven't got my refund. I refuse. I want that to be. That is my like stake in the ground. Like, no, fuck you. I bought this game and I wanted it. Like,
It was just okay.
I don't.
But it
care.
had potential.
It had a lot
That
of
was the
potential.
problem.
I really liked what they were doing, and I was like, this could be something so great.
Big cool crime MOBA.
Oh, so cool. So
Yeah.
fucking cool.
Yeah, crimes are cool.
Oh man. But yeah.
Phil, you
that's-
really wasted your money on that.
No, what? Smash and grab?
No, on Bless.
No, I got it back.
Yeah.
They refunded
Well, you should
me.
you should invest that money into the Shinobi Striker
You
game,
could've-
so that you can get those pre-order Boruto socks.
Yeah. Okay. What are you doing, Max?
I was going to say you could have nepified your life
They'll make
like
you run
like
faster.
my life is now nepified thanks to Spaghetto Godfather. Finished the first Hyperdimension Neptunia game on stream, Rebirth 1. I really liked it. By the end of the game, honestly, and it's not for any other reason than the story is just serviceable enough, and just it's got little funny jokes here and there to get you through it. You can break that fucking game wide open, and like I've never had that good feeling in like an RPG before.
All right.
Where it's like I finished the last boss, the true final boss, in 3 hits. And it felt good. And I did a lot of off-screen grinding, and I think the part of it is like, especially with the rebuild, like, because the whole idea behind like the remakes is like the rebuild system where you're basically getting plans. And what the plans do is that you can add dungeons that weren't in the original game.
Right.
And then at a certain point in those dungeons, you get more plans to change all the items in that dungeon and then add new enemies to that dungeon. So then you complete all of that, and then once you've beaten like the boss enemy in there, you'll get the plan for the next dungeon. And so even when you're off doing like side grinding content, you are constantly progressing towards more things. And you eventually unlock plans for weapons, accessories, armor, everything that's like customizing your character. Then you unlock plans for gameplay system like stuff, which is like in dungeons you can jump higher, so now you don't have to run all the way around and like up some stairs. You can just jump up to the next fucking ledge. Or you build like your EX gauge faster. Or your symbol attack, like your preemptive strike, will just start killing enemies if you want. And like you're just getting things so rapidly, like new shit. Even when I was like grinding off stream, characters were getting stronger. I was constantly getting cool little bloopity bloops shining in my face. Like, oh, you got a new thing. I was like, okay, what's the new thing? And I ended up putting like more fucking time than I should have into it off stream. So while I'm not starting up the next Hyperdimension Mark II yet, I'm pretty actually excited to go into it.
You're a monster.
Yeah, well,
If somebody nepifies my life, then I'll play it. That's
well,
about the
they
only
don't
thing.
have to because you're joining me for 2.
Oh my fucking god.
Other than that, oh shit, there was something. There was definitely something I was playing. Fuck. Oh, I started up Neo last night.
Oh yeah.
M gifted me Neo. I don't think I'm gonna go back to Dark Souls or Bloodborne. I think Neo's my game.
Neo's
Complete
That's
edition on
correct.
PC, 60 FPS. The moment I swung and then dashed, I knew, because you have dash cancels.
Yeah.
And the whole system where it's like, okay, after you do a series of strikes, if you time like RB or R1, you'll get your stamina back. And I think the stance switching is cool, and I picked like the long fucking sword, the Odachi, I think.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
like the whole idea of switching stances mid-combo. Fucking love Neo.
Wait until you get to weapon.
The
choice
Odachi
combos.
breaks that game. It's great.
Yeah. I obviously picked dual swords.
Oh, the
and-
the Kusarigama, I think it's called. That's my fucking weapon of choice. That one has
Yeah,
a
because
straight
you
up.
you could just stun lock people into oblivion.
Yup.
Who's your favorite character, Max? I'm assuming you mean Neptune in Hyperdimension Neptunia. I love Blonde. Or Blanc. It's Blonde, but that character's really funny. I ended up liking the whole cast, but Vert. Vert's kind of a nothing character with big old Xbox.
Big old
Xbox on.
Xbox titties.
Well, you know that pretty much encapsulates the Xbox. So
Yeah.
Hey, it might not be.
Maybe.
I want to ask you, what do you think about how you just unlock new moves in Neo to do?
I am not that far. I'm still in that starting area, like right when you get to the
okay.
beach. I've gone like all the way up, and I've taken like a left path that leads to like these grassy like plains, and I've kicked down the ladder. That's like the last
Okay,
big thing I did.
yeah.
Was kick the ladder down.
You're gonna get into some cool shit then, because you start getting skill points, and then you invest those into stat increases and like ninja shit and magic shit, and
Yeah.
then there's skill trees that give you moves that are stance exclusive for weapons.
Mhm.
There's a quick draw slash that's really good but it's a
That's
charge
what I'm waiting
attack.
for.
So
is my quick
Yeah,
draw, my Virgil, just
Oh no, it's super fucking good.
yeah.
It's
It cuts
super
people
good.
in half.
Mhm.
Like as long as you get the kill with it, you'll cut dudes in half.
That's
It's
pretty
fucking
cool.
cool.
The real end
Like-
game is playing Royal Guard mode, where you just walk around unarmed and just counter motherfuckers.
That's pretty cool.
Did you not do that?
Yeah.
No,
You can actually
I'm-
sit there and counter and disarm other people.
that's fuck, and then take their weapon.
Well, I think
Yeah.
either you take their weapon or you just stab it into them.
You use it for a special attack
Yeah.
animation.
The amount of like techniques and shit that you can do in that game are ridiculous. And then once you start getting into shit like talismans, you just destroy every boss because you use the sloth talisman and it cuts the boss's movement speed
Mhm.
They
like
nerfed
in
that.
half, literally
they nerfed
putting
the
them
sloth
into slow
talisman.
motion.
I know that there was a talisman that they ended up nerfing really hard in the ground. because of
They
how
nerfed the
fucking-
Carnage talisman.
Oh yeah, that's
Which
what it
is
was.
that's the triple strength one. So you pop the sloth talisman to cut their speed in half, which literally puts them into slow motion. Then you pop a Carnage talisman and the poison, and they're dead in like 30 seconds.
That game,
It was really bad. They had to nerf it twice.
oh yeah, that game has some of the best boss design encounters I've seen in a while, just in terms of like action games
Mhm.
in that genre. Because like with Dark Souls, I feel like it's always come down to like, oh, he's gonna do the big swipe, like
Yeah.
I think
you know, and
I
that's
think-
fine. But go ahead.
I think my favorite thing about the design is that if you look at the DLC and how enemy bosses in that are designed compared to like Dark Souls 2's DLC, where they just reuse Smelter Demon,
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
and then you look at this man who has a centipede arm,
Oh no, I don't want to fight that guy. Actually, I do. I want
and-
to kill him dead.
and he's doing spins and flips and shit all over the place, and you don't know how to deal with it.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck! How much is Neo right now?
Neo?
It's
I think it's
I
on sale
believe it's
currently, and if you get on PC, it's complete edition.
Fuck! I have $50 from Bless.
Yeah,
I think
dude.
it's time for a
Go-
co-op playthrough.
Does it? Okay,
Go
so
buy it right
I think
now.
it has. I think it has co-op now.
does
I
it? Because I
think-
checked. There was a way to summon
does.
somebody. I think it
Okay,
said you
so
could summon an
there's-
ally, but
There's two ways you can do that. There's one where you can go and I think they added passwords, I'm pretty sure.
that's
Oh,
Um,
good. Perfect.
But the way you would do it is if you were going into a game, you had to go to the shrine in your map,
Mhm.
and then you would go and you could select. I think you can select tags or something to go with who you want to play. I'm pretty sure it's passwords,
Mhm.
and you would just sit there and wait in the menu, and then the person would summon you, and it was specific enough to where you could. You didn't just get summoned in to whoever just happened to put down to use a summon at a shrine, but you could select up to which mission you wanted to be summoned in for. So it's pretty neat like that. Like it's good. I need to get back into it because I still haven't finished the
and
DLCs
I
yet.
think honestly, the thing it is, there's like two major things. One, I like that it's kind of loot centric. I always feel like I'm getting new things to try. I like how like even you go and you challenge like the ghosts. You find the sword, it'll tell you what level and then the rarity and what you have a chance of like winning. So like, sometimes like, oh, this guy's level 5, but he's got cool shit. I bet if I play it lame, I could win. And
Yeah.
that's when the next part comes in. It's like it's super fast and it feels really responsive, which is not something I can
is.
say about Souls games for me. I don't know what it is.
And it
I get like the double roll, where like sometimes I won't roll immediately and then I'll roll twice, and now I don't have any stamina.
Because like Dark Souls is like a different kind of action.
Yeah.
game. It's not necessarily. It's its own genre entirely. It is a Souls game, and like it's hard
Yeah,
to call it a
it's-
traditional hack and slash. It's hard to call it whatever the fuck. Because Neo at its core is basically just Ninja Gaiden.
yeah.
I think,
yeah.
I think I've realized that's what I like.
Yeah.
I've
And
come to
the,
that
like,
conclusion.
the amount of like granular like work that they've done on this game, like how much feedback that they've taken into account is it's ridiculous. And like the amount of settings you can change on the PS4, you can set the game to run with high resolution or high frame rate.
Mm-hmm. It was one of the first games to do that, I think, too.
Yeah,
like, it gave
yeah,
you that
on the
option.
console. It's crazy. It's one of my favorite games, and
It's exactly $50 on Steam.
All right. Then I won't progress any further. I'll just.
if you guys are gonna co-op, I will tell you though, the best way to get the summon item, fight those red ghosts.
All right.
Oh yeah.
Because they drop them in like sets of 5.
Oh shit.
No, that game's amazing.
All right, I'll blast through what I've listened to and what I've watched because it's not too long. I've been listening to a group called Bad Bad Not Good. They've done the backing track.
Sick.
Yeah. I don't really know how to describe them. They do kind of this like, it's like kind of lo-fi, kind of jazzy. They've done the backing tracks for a couple of artists, Ghostface Killah being one of them.
No shit.
They're a group of super young guys, I think my age, and they're super fucking cool. I've been listening to, I don't remember his name, but I finally figured out that, yeah, Maba Nua is the man behind the Megalobox soundtrack.
Ah, there you go.
So I found his SoundCloud,
Yo!
because he's on SoundCloud.
I need that immediately.
Doesn't have too many other tracks, but they're all really good. I've also I've found the complete Salty Bet music playlist.
Oh, that is a find.
1,500 songs, and
Oh
they're all
my
fantastic.
God. Yo!
Perfectly picked. I'll send it to you. It's on YouTube.
Please.
And one last group that ties into what I've been watching. I may have been listening to The Pillows.
Hey!
Because I may have watched Fooly Cooley. And I did. I watched it all in one sitting, very late at night. I got the gist, but I think I would need to watch it again. I definitely need to watch it again. I think I would watch it dubbed this time.
The dub is actually super strong.
The subs were way too much. Like, trying to concentrate on visual stuff, like, it was way too much.
Yeah.
But it was very good. Very, very good.
What?
What's up?
What is the basic premise of that show?
You've never seen Fully Cooley?
I have never seen Fully Cooley. I'm
Take
not a big
everything
anime.
you know
boy.
about anime and just chuck it in a fucking blender.
Okay.
It feels like you're inside of a blender. Yeah, that's a good way to describe it. It's a lot of different art styles and different like things all like mashed together. But basically, it's just a story about kind of becoming.
It is a coming
of age story.
It is a coming of age story in which there is a massive amount of just pure tomfoolery exceeding like just it's hard to sell because you have to describe what Fooly Cooley is, and they even to the point where like in episode 2 they try to go over what Fooly Cooley means.
Yeah.
But they don't know what it means either. It's just a weird onomatopoeia. And they're just like Fooly Cooley. Like there's a whole like in the that's the only time where it like works better in the sub.
Yeah.
Is when he's going Fooly Cooley like the whole fucking time during that manga section.
If I were to describe it, it's all set to music by The Pillows. It's like a 6-episode long really cool music video.
Yeah.
with just kind of a story going through it, but it's a trip. It's kind of, watch it attentively. It's not a show to put on and leave on in the background for sure.
Fuck.
But
no.
it's 6 episodes. It's a super easy watch. I see that the season 2 starts tomorrow. I found out after watching Fooly Cooley that my anime list is down under maintenance.
Uh-oh.
They were having issues with their API stuff, so that's really upsetting because I had a lot of... That was what I was keeping track of everything with. So now what do I do?
Oh, boy.
I don't know. I haven't picked up any other shows. I haven't dropped any other shows. I guess I technically picked up Nep when we watched that one episode.
Did you actually keep going?
No, I didn't keep going.
Okay, good.
But I'm thinking about it.
Jesus, that has a show too?
Yeah.
It's like 20-some episodes.
Yeah, it's 12.
But like, Fully cool. Okay, so you know how like when people talk about breakthrough anime, like an anime you can sit someone down who's ever watched anime before, you go, what are some of the animes you can get people to watch? Cowboy Bebop, Samurai Champloo, Ghost in the Shell, Akira.
We're about to have very different
Fully
opinions.
Cooley is the anime that you're just like you've hit the beginning. Now it's time to push you over the edge.
Okay, fair.
Now
No,
it's
I
time
do agree
to,
now.
Yeah, like now
It's
it's time to
changed.
just you are strapped in. This is fucking anime, and you just get Sparta kicked into
okay,
a world of color.
I disagree with your analogy. It's the equivalent of ripping the training wheels off forcibly and then kicking the person down like a fucking hill.
All right, now
like the
outrun
San
this
Francisco
train.
streets. You know the beginning of Sonic Adventure 2? You kick them out of the plane and they go right in. That's exactly But it was very good. All the other shows I'm watching are very good. Darling in the Franxx finally coming to a head. This bad shit's about to happen.
I can't. The only thing I get from Darling in the Franxx is that fucking meme going around from the awful animation between 02 and I guess the main character. Where it's just ba, pa, pa, pa.
That is like maybe 4 frames at most.
Yeah, it's
that
really
is
bad.
definitely that is a case of selectively hitting pause and going, oh, that looks silly. Back up 2 frames, go forward 2 frames. Now it's a joke. Darling the Franxx animated poorly when the rest of the show looks pretty fucking good.
Yeah. Well, it's the internet. The
Yeah.
internet just does that.
I get it.
They take everything at fucking face value.
Yeah,
so.
but then there's like the fucking Fist of the North Star prequel that's airing right now that actually looks like shit the whole time, but nobody making big jokes about that.
Yeah.
And the neck that goes, the neck starts here. It starts at the shoulders and it goes up to the temples. That's how the neck works. You're like a trapezoid. Your traps are a trapezoid. It's like,
Yeah.
but yeah, no. One other thing I'm watching, YouTube series. It's called Defunct Land. And it's about a guy who is, well, you know, it's a YouTube series. But the idea is this dude is putting together a theme park called Defunct Land, and he's only using attractions that are now defunct. So, like, the very first episode, I think, is about, like, the xenomorph encounter from
Disney.
Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
And every episode, it's basically just a history lesson of all these rides that have just fallen under, and they're like 25 minutes, or they're 4 minutes if they're shorter. But it's a really cool series.
Oh, that is really cool. I like the
Very
idea.
interesting. Got a very soothing voice. And I think as of right now, I'm like halfway through season 1. But he's like, yeah, if we get enough support, we can't rebuild this park for real, obviously, because of all the licensing. But I would be willing to fund a VR, like, you could walk through this park. And, like, so I don't know how far along they are with that, but apparently that was something that was in the cards. Defunct Land is
cool.
super cool.
That's really good.
That sounds super cool.
Hey, so we spent 2.5 hours doing the introductions.
That's not true. Shit. Just 2.
Yeah.
Oops.
Hey, I called this the E3 special.
What? We all know. You don't need to watch E3.
Yeah, you don't
We
need to
know
watch
what's
E3.
there.
No,
Oh,
don't tell them that. Watch E3 with us still.
no. That's
I
it.
love that-
It'll be like a big recap episode.
Yeah. Well, no.
I love that fucking that fake Kaz Harai Twitter. It fucking put out a post yesterday. It goes, the new battle royale game is called E3. It's 100 games, and the last one that doesn't get revealed in a leak wins.
Oh, man.
PC Game still has some stuff. What the fuck is Sega gonna reveal on PC? Yo, if they put Yakuza on PC.
Persona.
Oh man.
Shenmue 3.
Well, either one
Again.
of those. Either one of those would be fantastic.
Shenmue 1 plus 2 is coming to PC. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So I can only imagine Shenmue 3 is coming, because it'd be dumb if it wasn't.
I think it was confirmed. My favorite, just to set the tone for the rest of the E3 for me,
Yeah.
is Reset Era is obviously a hellhole,
Yeah.
and we've gone over this several different times.
Every podcast.
And
at
if there's
least
ever
once.
a point in time where somebody from Reset Era comes over and listens to it, we want to say emphatically, 100% without doubt, take offense.
Oh,
like,
now you're stealing my bit, too.
oh yeah, that was
10
your
episodes
bit.
in, we're just using the same jokes. That's it. It's this for the rest of your life now.
Yeah.
It's the same jokes.
So I'm realizing that from this one thread I saw, this is exactly the kind of reset era that would make me bounce back and go, okay, this place is amazing. Is if you include news leaks and shit posts in the same form, not in the same thread, just in the same forum. I'm about it because obviously this thread is locked.
Yeah.
And the thread starts off with what event happening on June 12th are you most excited for? Nintendo's E3 conference or Trump meeting with Kim Jong-un?
God damn it.
And of course, people are really like, I guess E3. Oh my god, I miss it. That was my favorite era of NeoGAF, was the fall.
The fall was pretty
watching
good.
it devolve into just nothing but shitpost threads for a month.
Yeah.
Oh, so good.
You can't have that all the time, though. It becomes a totally different beast. Comes bad in a different way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot. I still feel like there's a lot. What the problem is that it just, what is confusing to me is Destiny 2 just recently said that we're coming out on Tuesday and having an event revealing what we're going to reveal.
Their brand new, never before seen gachapon,
gachapon game mode. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is like, that's weird to me. And that it might just be the Battlefield 5 thing, because when I looked at what Battlefield, so a lot of games got announced in the span of time. Battlefield 5, Black Ops, Destiny 2 is going to be showing off their expansion shit. A whole lot more games are getting fucking leaked. Assassin's Creed Odyssey just got fucking leaked the other day. That is something that takes place in Rome, it looks like.
Cool.
Yeah.
Back in Rome.
Yeah.
Back in Europe. You know what's really cool? Like, there were never assassins anywhere else besides Italy, and they know it. And they're sticking to their guns on providing historically accurate games. Never, just people didn't get killed or assassinated anywhere else.
Yeah.
Nowhere.
Stalker 2, I know we talked about it last time.
Japan.
They only said that Stalker 2 got announced because they were
China.
looking for a fucking
Russia.
publisher. You're still
India.
on this.
The fact that China, Russia, and India got wasted on shitty side-scrollers makes me never want to play an Assassin's Creed game ever again.
You guys can't see this at
Yeah.
home, but Max is shaking as he's saying this.
Oh, no, I got my...
Oh.
Okay, so people call me out on that all the time. One of my legs is always on, like, the ball of my foot, and that's my heel desperately wanting to touch the ground. It's not uncomfortable, but, like, it's more comfortable to sit like this, but it looks like I'm, like...
having a fucking...
vibrating, seething with rage, which I am. In this case, it helps illustrate my point.
Seething with rage, I am.
Dude.
No, yeah. No, I get it. You're completely right. Like, fuck that.
And then, like...
I don't care about Rome.
And then I forget which Assassin's Creed it was, but it starts off, and it's like the Abstergo homepage, and it shows you all of the other games you would rather be playing, and then you go to Britain.
Oh, Syndicate.
Yeah. Syndicate starts, and it's like, look at all these other super cool... It says it, Assassin's Creed Japan. It's right next to the stupid Syndicate game, and it's locked. And no matter how hard you mash left, you'll never be able to pick that box.
Yeah, it's really weird. I'm trying to figure out, like, why they haven't... Like, that is obviously something that people want.
Because they're French.
Watch Dogs 3 might be on display this year, which
If they do it again, I don't know. I kind of had my fill.
I'm sorry. I'm down to see Marcus again. If you can do like a weird, create a character, and Marcus is your dude, or you choose between him or the not fun protagonist.
Yeah, I don't know.
That'd be a neat idea. But like, I don't know. Watch Dogs 2 really turned me around on the universe and made me feel like there's a lot there that can be untapped. Because the other thing is too, like, what if they move it into farther future? Because that would be cool. That to me, like, if you make a cyberpunk Watch Dogs and actually make a cyberpunk hacking game, I'd be like, okay,
Maybe
I'm in.
you just want cyberpunk.
That's all I want.
It doesn't matter what's the cyberpunk.
Dude, you have no idea.
Play
Sonic
Ruiner
Team
again.
Racing could come out, and if they're wearing trench coats and they got stupid. I don't know how the glasses coming out of Sonic's face would look, but
All I want.
you'd be down with it. Day one purchase.
All I want is that fucking game, and they're gonna give it to me at some point in my lifetime.
Max. I think that's the worst thing you've ever said.
Absolutely, today maybe. In the past 2 hours, maybe.
Yeah, don't give him.
I've said some inane shit
Don't
in my
fucking
lifetime.
underestimate him. He's got way more.
I've had a good
Phil-
amount of time
Phil-
to say terrible things, and I've been making the
Phil-
fullest use of it I can.
Phil, if you want Cyberpunk, just go play the Shadowrun game.
Yeah, I tried that. Shadowrun's not fun. The story's great. Story's great. Shadowrun's just not a fun.
I had 3 worse things to say during this podcast that I just decided not to say. Limit her on. I got the red wall that says "Don't say that," and I tapped it once. I'm like, no, I'm gonna stay. A little dumb circle on my head's like blinking because like want to say it,
It's
but
like
the wall's
it's like,
just like I can't get through it.
it's heavy. The thought system in Heavy Rain. Which one am I gonna pick?
The little lockbox is like I didn't unlock it. And the what is it? Cross chapter impact. I didn't get the cross chapter impact to say that statement.
2018's
So
wild,
go
man.
play Dragonfall. It's way better than Returns.
I think I have Dragonfall. I think I'll go fucking try Dragonfall. But
Just give it a shot. Like it's way better. The characters are way more likable, and the gameplay's improved. I guess.
yeah, that's why like Deus Ex it's such a good fucking game. It's everything I want in a fucking game. And even Mankind Divided, which it's just the problem is they all have really shitty endings.
Yeah,
Really bad fucking endings, and that to me, it takes like a game has to be really fucking impeccable for me to be like overlook a bad ending, because I'm the kind of person where if a game ends bad enough, I will turn around and just be like, no, that game's terrible.
Yeah.
Because you're gonna build up to that point and just drop it like the biggest blue ball of the century. I'm not okay with that. Fuck that. Like there's a lot of for the longest time, Halo 2 was always like, everyone's like, oh, Halo 2 is great. I said, I fucking hate the ending, and I hate that game. Fuck that game. 3's my favorite anyway, so fuck that. Halo 6 here's an actual surprise. Halo 6 might not be at E3 this year,
Halo
which
might
is
be
wild to me. That's fucking crazy, because, like, there's a lot. Okay, so there's a lot of hearsay, and really what to me I'm waiting for the most is I want to see more details on Anthem, because I want to know. I'm curious. I'm into that kind of game. Exosuits. Hey man, they're not mechs, but they're a fucking byproduct, and we can do stuff.
No.
If you show me air dashes, like there was one character at the end of that first trailer, like 2 years back, like a year back or however long it was, where she's flying around, she has a cape on, and she's still wearing the exosuit. I'm like, okay, that's fucking cool.
Yeah, but
I'm about that.
I'm not gonna care about that game until I see gameplay.
No, they've totally said
video game happen.
Yeah,
the
like
video game hasn't happened yet.
They totally have said that like this next coming. So like the first one we're gonna watch is on Saturday. Next Saturday is EDA, and
Yes.
they've totally said that like we have a trailer, we have a deep dive, we have a combat showcase, and I'm like, that's exactly what I wanted. Thank you.
Show the video game.
Show the video game, and that's what I'm hearing about from a lot of people. Like Battlefield 5 was the quote unquote reveal event was really bad because they didn't reveal anything. They just kind of went over a couple details and showed the trailer for 30 minutes while Trevor Noah made a bunch of really cringy jokes.
Yeah.
So it was really bad.
Sounds
But like
right to me.
at EA, apparently they're saying there's a whole nother Battlefield event too. There's a whole bunch of shit they're gonna.
I want to see.
This E3 sounds like it's going to be the most content-dense E3 ever.
That's why they
but
have to
we
leak
all
it
know
all.
what's going to happen, and that breaks my heart.
Yeah.
A little bit. But I'm still 100% on that hype
Because
train.
we still haven't seen it.
Yeah.
That's the only thing I'm holding on to is like, yeah, I know it's going to be there, but I don't know what it's going to look like.
Exactly.
I don't know what the numbers are going to be.
Yeah.
What's the number? When do I get to play it?
Yeah.
You know what game I want to
see,
play?
and that's
Go ahead.
that's the problem though, right? Is like last year, almost every single game that got shown with a release date was delayed or canceled, or at least for Microsoft.
Oh yeah, no, Microsoft has nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
Microsoft
every
is going to be
single-
the most interesting fucking conference this year because they are talking the biggest shit.
Yeah, and like you,
Phantom Dust. is coming out.
That's not.
I don't trust the release dates I see anymore, because like I was listening to
fucking Phantom Dust.
That's not what I'm thinking of. I was thinking,
When Phantom Dust is not on the screen, people should be asking, where is Phantom
where
Dust?
is KI Season 4? Aphex needs to eat!
I was listening to the Giant Bombcast today, like this week's podcast, and they ended up talking about Microsoft a bunch and how like every single game that they showed got delayed or canceled
Yeah.
last year. And I just don't trust these events anymore.
Not
I don't trust
Microsoft.
Xbox events anymore. No.
Yeah, no.
I feel like but like they've been from what it seems, Phil Spencer and his crew have been trying their goddamnedest to keep whatever like working relationship they have with other developers. Now, the couple of things that I'm like super like jazzed about is he pretty much almost outright said there will be a JRPG presence at Xbox, which is weird to me. So
Blue
like that
Dragon
could be
2.
No, don't say that.
Like they're trying to get back like with their PC people too, like their PC community too.
Yeah, that too. Like they're
Did
going
you
to
see
show.
Sunset Overdrive is coming out on PC?
Well, no, they haven't confirmed it. It's just being rated in PC
See,
for
that's
Korea.
my problem is shit about Xbox, because
Well,
they're just going to put the games on PC
Well,
anyway.
that's fine, but that's fine. But like the thing is like here's why I'm okay with that, because it's like I don't need an Xbox One, but instead of them sitting there and being like, let's push it, they just straight up bit the bullet and said, fuck it.
Yeah.
We'll make a PC version. Everyone's going to want it. And if you end up buying an Xbox One X, hey, man, go ahead.
Yeah.
Which, if you ask everybody who owns an Xbox One X, it is the most powerful system. It is the only one that KH3 has confirmed 60 frames. Like,
Fuck.
that is
I
the
gotta buy
only
an
one
Xbox.
where yeah, exactly. KH3
Shit.
is confirmed 60 frames second steady. On fucking PS4, it's variable. So that's kind of heartbreaking, but it makes sense because it is the most intensely powerful console on the market to date.
Yeah.
So like, a part of me, and like the Xbox One controller, I've warmed up to it after using it on PC. Like, it is a fantastic controller. I like it a lot. It's just that I can't get over that fucking UI for Xbox One. It is miserable.
Yeah, it's garbage.
It's fucking garbo, and even after the fix, it's garbo. Bring back blades. Bring back the blade system. That was my favorite fucking thing from Xbox
Blades
360.
were fine. I thought the thing after Blades were like okay.
Yeah.
But as far as controller goes, I switch back and forth pretty frequently. The only thing I prefer on the Xbox One controller is like the triggers.
Triggers are great.
Not the triggers, the RB and LB.
Oh.
They're clicky,
Yeah.
but sometimes they don't work for whatever reason. If you didn't click it right,
You literally that's the only thing I have a problem with is you literally have to warm them up.
yeah.
If you don't use them, like if you get a fresh out of the box Xbox One controller and you don't, like, that's the first thing I do. Like every time someone hands me one, like at a party, like back in the day, I was like,
Click,
do
click,
these
click.
fucking things work or no? And I just be sitting there like just
Yeah.
mashing on them, hoping that they work.
I prefer the D-pad on the Xbox One controller. I don't like how they're the stagger thing. I don't like how the stick's up here on the left and it's down here on the right. I play claw for a lot of games, especially first-person shooters. So, like, playing claw on that, fuck it, sucks.
Because you're doing it wrong. You're not supposed to play claw on first-person shooters, you idiot.
What are you talking about? I have to, at least on the right.
No.
What do you mean, no?
What do you mean with claw? I
Like,
don't understand.
I play FPSs like this.
You're fucking dumb.
Because look, you have access to all your buttons and your aiming, and you never have to take your hand off the stick to look.
I mean, I understand.
Is he doing Tekken fingers?
Yeah, he's doing Tekken.
No,
He's
Tekken
doing
fingers.
mo- he's
Tekken
doing
fingers is
Monster
this.
Hunter fingers.
Tekken fingers is this. Oh yeah, I played Monster Hunter like this. Any game that has like
What
heavy
the
camera controls,
fuck?
I'll hold the controller like this.
How do you not? Fuck
That's
your hands up?
awful.
I'm just. It's the way you hold it, I guess.
You're fucking.
I got hands. That wasn't the statement I wanted, but I'm not even going to elaborate. I have hands. That's the name of this podcast, not another podcast. X. I have hands.
There you go.
I hope everyone And I'm gonna cut and I'm gonna cut this conversation out of the YouTube version, but I'm not gonna change the title. And people will wonder, okay, yeah, who has hands?
Oh man. Okay, so since we have an idea, right, of what's essentially going to happen at almost all the E3 press conferences, let's not talk about the possibilities. Let's talk about what is your craziest E3 premise that you're like, if they drop this shit tonight,
Like they won't. Like something that could never physically happen.
yeah.
And probably
You have
will not.
one that we've talked about before that I think it's the dream game. It's the dream Arc Sys game that you talked about.
Oh, it's the Arc System Works Mech Fighter?
Yeah.
The mecha crossover fighter with Gundam, Evangelion, Gurren Lagann,
And Jehuti.
fucking Zone of the Enders. Yeah, because it came to me in a fucking dream that we were all watching E3 together, and the trailer started, and it's like a cityscape, but it's in the Arc System Works graphics, and the logo comes up, and then it goes down, and then the Bandai Namco logo comes up, because they're in charge of Super Robot Wars.
Yeah.
And then you think a fight's going to happen on the streets, and then all of a sudden, depression in the ground, and it pans up, and it's a Gundam. You're like, oh my god, it's a fucking Arc System Works Gundam game. And then it pans across, and you see,
That's
like,
fucking
Unit 1, like, pulling out the knife, ready to go. And it's like a team-based mecha fighting game. And it'll never happen. Fuck it. Throw armor. What's the big armored core? The cool one that everybody likes.
I don't remember.
The one on the cover of 4Answer. Nobody knows. Nobody cares about armored
I think
core.
isn't it just literally called Verdict Day?
The fifth one's called Verdict Day.
Okay.
The fourth one is called because there was Armored Core 5 and then there was Verdict Day. And there was Armored Core 4 and then 4Answer.
I want to say the mech's name was literally Verdict Day or something.
No, those things are named like car models.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. That game, my mecha fighting game, is a dream and it'll never happen.
Oh, fuck.
Armored Core? If I saw Armored Core, I'd lose my fucking shit.
Yeah. Oh, well, okay, here's another thing I completely forgot about. That completely fell underneath the radar. Since Square Enix has their own event,
Yeah.
we might see the Front Mission mech survival game. Remember that one?
Well, the one that with the
You could where it's Front Mission. It's a third-person shooter,
yeah.
and the idea is that you have to go around and commandeer mechs and survive in this world. And I was like, that's what I like that.
The one with the Metal Gear Solid artist behind it.
Yeah,
Am
I think
of a
yeah.
different thing?
I think Shidakawa was working on it.
Okay.
Is that Shidakawa?
I don't know.
Who's it? You?
I don't know. I need one of his art books though.
Left Alive. Thank you. That's what the name
Left
of it
Alive.
was.
Yeah. That seems cool.
Yeah, that we might see that. That'd be fucking cool if we see like that to me is the battle royale game I'm waiting for.
Dude, battle royale game with mechs would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, people fucking
Give the new Armored Core a battle royale mode. Let me get into like obsessive levels of mech customization where you're changing the pressure in individual pistons of your knee, and then let me go fight 100 people.
Yeah,
That's the one I
I'm pretty
want.
sure that's BattleTech.
well, that's BattleTech's a fucking like a strategy game. We're talking about
it's
like
a strategy.
Also,
we're talking about we want to be in the motherfucker
Yeah.
flying at Mach
also
10.
American mechs. Fuck.
Yeah.
And that's probably my weebiest stance, and I will own it. I think American mechs are dumb as shit. I think they're stupid. I think the idea walking tank is lame.
Yeah.
Tanks are cool. I think tanks are sick. But the idea of just like a big square with legs and then like miniguns on the side, I think is stupid. Like if we get to a point where we have mechs and they look like AT-ATs from Star Wars, I'm gonna be pissed. I'm gonna be so angry. That's lame as shit.
Well, because like for me, it's always been like a speed thing. Like whenever someone turns around, and is like, "Oh, I love Mech Warrior, BattleTech," and all this, like, but how fast they run? It's like, well, this one has a light jog.
Yeah.
It's like, no, Zone of the Enders has literally created a genre called high-speed robot action.
Yeah.
Why doesn't anyone just make more high-speed robot action games?
Like Titanfall was the closest I got to like, okay, these are all right.
Yeah.
These are fine. But you know what? You can't put a scarf on one of the Titans.
Yep.
You can't.
You can't do it.
If you can't put a scarf on your mech, get the fuck out of my face.
Remember when? Oh, you didn't fucking watch Gundam Wing when
No?
Katra took his Sandrock fucking thing and took the tarp that was supposed to cover it and just turned it into a cloak.
Well, like
it was
like
so
fucking,
cool.
Fucking Crossbones Gundam.
Yeah,
he's just got a big cloak on.
A big pirate ass.
Death Scythe has wings. They can fly already.
Oh my god, bro, so good.
I would just take a, but no, Super Robot Wars fighting game is the dream, 100%. And because it's Bandai Namco and they're now like working with Arc System Works, fuck, we're getting closer. But it's gonna be hard because that's a lot of licenses, and sometimes they can't even get mechs to come like back for Super Robot Wars games. I should try one of those. I think the latest one came out in the Hong Kong store, and it's in English, like all of it.
Yeah.
I also hear it's like Project Cross Zone and lame, though. It's really fucking long.
Is Michael Wilson in it?
I hope so. Okay. No. That's my answer. Fuck Armored Core. Fuck Robot Fighting Game. Metal Wolf Chaos. Not a sequel. Just announce that you're releasing it.
Just release it,
Let me get it on PC. Xbox One. If it's an Xbox One exclusive, I'll buy an Xbox One.
That could be a solid pick for the Devolver conference. Because Devolver's the only one who's been like, give us Metal Wolf. We'll release it.
What is From Software doing with it?
No, they don't like it. Miyazaki looks at it like a fucking. Everyone who works on that game thinks it's offensive, and they don't want to do it.
Love it.
We love it.
The Americans. It is the American dream in a video game.
Richard!
That's what it was. That's what it was.
The smell of blood and gun smoke.
That's how in my dream how the Super Robot Wars fighting game ended. Is right after the title thing and like coming soon, you would just hear like the secretary. It's like, Wilson, we have an urgent call from Tokyo 3. And he's like, I'm on it. And it says DLC. Metal Wolf, and then I woke up and I'm like, oh, life is horrible. I live in this terrible reality where dreams are crushed.
I can't get
no one can be happy.
Points in real life.
I would pay, I'll pay $30 for just Michael Wilson in a fighting game with mechs. A big mech fighting game.
Just make Cross Tag the fighting game anime of a century.
Yeah, put Michael Wilson in Cross Tag. You heard it here first. Can't escape.
I'm a simple man. I just want to see like 5 more seconds of whatever the fuck Shadows Die Twice is.
You'll get 5 more seconds for sure.
Yeah.
You'll get at least a solid 5 seconds.
And like I know it's going to happen because it's literally free money and there's no way Nintendo won't do it. As I want Wind Waker and Twilight Princess HD on the Switch, so that
I would assume they'll get it eventually. Actually,
right? Yeah, right. Because like I know people who are insane and think that that's not going to happen and want to get a Wii U so that they can play those re-releases and those. I have my like congratulations. You literally own a paperweight now, like speech prepared, Like there's no other games left to put on, like main games, like first party games left on the Wii U to put on the Switch.
If you told me the one for me that would make me really like the idea of getting a Switch right now way more appealing is put Wonderful 101 on the Switch.
They're talking about it.
It is criminal how few people have gotten to play Wonderful 101. That game is fantastic.
It's also like the reason I feel like that is because it's not anywhere near as like entry level as people make it out to be. That game is actually very technically hard.
It's very hard. A lot of it is because of technical issues. It's not a perfect game, but it is the most platinum game Platinum has ever made. Everything you like about Platinum games, Wonderful 1 turns up to 101%.
Yeah, just go ahead and toss your fucking...
Yeah, 101 would be great. But also, like, yeah, I I don't think I could go back and play the GameCube version of Wind Waker. The fast sale makes that game, and what they do with the Triforce pieces, you can't like the additions are too good to go back to the originals. And I didn't care about Twilight Princess before, but I imagine it got better.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just hope it happens because it'll give me an excuse to play those games. Because I've played like a couple hours of both Wind Waker and Twilight Princess, and I just want to be able to say that I finished a Zelda game that isn't Phantom Hourglass.
Spirit Tracks.
All right.
Even I can't stand by Spirit Tracks.
God damn it.
They will
Like-
announce. We're going over the games that we want that are never going to happen.
Okay.
They will announce
Okay.
a virtual reality mech MMO
Mm-hmm.
written and spearheaded by Yoko Taro and Hideo Kojima,
Okay.
with music written by Keiichi Okabe.
Okay.
That's what I want.
Yeah.
All right. I don't think VR is there yet, and I like VR.
But it will happen.
It'll happen. VR, I like VR right now. I want it to keep thriving. I don't think I'll purchase one until it's. I want my full dive. I want to die in the game.
I'm still not hype on that concept.
Nah,
Like
not
I
Nerf
want-
Gear, Amisphere, dummy.
I own all of the Sword Art games except for
Except for what a casual.
except for
Get this guy on the call.
except for realization, and I just want to be able to play like more than 2 hours into one and just actually enjoy myself.
I
And that's
think,
never gonna happen.
I really do think that once you get some of the more advanced skills in Fatal Bullet, it opens up.
I got one of the sword weapons in Fatal Bullet, and I'm having a lot more. I am having a lot more fun with it now that I have that.
Yeah.
But it's a matter of forcing myself to put the disc into my PS4
yeah.
and go, okay, this is what I'm gonna do for the next 3 hours.
This is
Don't-
yeah.
you know?
It's setting the time aside. You
Yeah.
know what the time commitment is beforehand, and even if it's not always a terrible experience, you're like, I
Yeah.
still am making the conscious decision that this is what my life will be for the next at least hour and a half.
Just don't though. Just don't.
Yeah,
Just
because
play
it's
a
like
different game.
I sit there and I look at the thumbnail image on my PS4, and I go and right next to it, hey, there's God of War, hey, there's Pillars of Eternity, there's Dark Souls Remaster, there's 14. But no, I'm gonna play 3 more hours of Kirito friendship time.
Yeah, but you don't have to be his friend until it
I
forces you
know.
to.
It's like I get to watch Asuna run her stupid little armor shop.
Yeah. She used to be
Ugh.
she used to be a secondary protagonist.
Remember? Yeah,
Dot hack
remember that?
collaboration MMO, but it's on a smartphone.
Why would you say any of those words? Well, the Sword Art MMO, you can play, so you can die in the game on your phone today. Download
Toss it-
Integral
toss it-
Factor.
If you just
Toss
fucking
Excel World in there too.
if you just fucking stare at your phone while walking straight, something's gonna hit
If
you.
I were in that death game, could I have changed the outcome? Sword Art Online Integral Factor
God damn it.
looks
dude.
into the camera.
Like,
Oh
it-
my
it's-
god, that reminds me of fucking. Did you see that? Gerald the completionist and Matt Pat are in a fucking commercial about Final Fantasy's weird. Final Fantasy 15's A New Kingdom, the mobile.
Yeah, I
fucking
saw
building
I
thing.
saw Gerard's. Yeah, I didn't see
Gerard,
the one
Gerard,
with,
Gerard.
with Pro Jared in it.
No,
Oh,
not
man.
not Pro Jared. I think that's Matt Pat with him.
What? Wait,
No.
With Jared with the completionist.
Gerard.
Gerard,
Oh, I
he's
thought you
talking
meant
to
there was
Matt
the
Pat.
completionist and Jared.
No, he's
Okay.
Yeah,
he's talking to Matt Pat.
Oh, cool. About the
He's
15
the mage.
game.
Yeah. It's like I haven't played
haven't
the
seen
game
that
and
one.
they start it's fucking awful.
Oh, you
Yeah,
know,
I know
hey,
it's
keep the
not
doors
good.
open, Gerard. Keep it going.
Please make more money, Gerard. You deserve it.
Did you see him? He played he completed Hyrule Warriors on a train from in one sitting on a train ride from his place in LA to the Nintendo of America headquarters.
I wonder if a conversation with that guy outside of video games amounts to him going, yeah.
Do you think he go or is it like, finally?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would love to talk about Infinity War. Oh, that's another thing too. The Avengers game, which is apparently going to be a Destiny-like game.
What does that mean?
No!
I don't know.
No!
But that's definitely
How
gonna
can
be,
it be in a Destiny game? Will it have
probably
a
the
mode
same,
that no other superhero?
Probably the
First, Cap
same way
pulls
that-
out a gun. He pulls out the Rat King.
Shut the fuck
I
up.
hate
with the
everything.
rat thing, you stupid.
All right,
You
asshole.
can-
so ready?
Look, you can only lift the Gallarhorn if you're pure of heart.
God, no, I don't know what that means, but I hate it by proxy.
You only get a perfect loot roll if you are pure of heart.
Oh man.
Can
So-
this? Okay, so I Have Hands is a pretty strong name. Can we just name this podcast Audible Sigh?
Honorable?
Audible Sigh.
Sigh?
Yeah.
I'm a pretty big fan of the statement audible sigh. So now are you ready?
Yeah.
We did the hypest things that could ever happen. What is the absolute worst thing that could happen at this E3? The the worst case scenario.
Peggle 3. But it's not that guy. It's
Oh
someone else.
man.
No, I have a very real one.
What?
That Capcom exclusive for Xbox is RE2 Remake.
You know what? I know it's not going to happen, but I felt the need to throw my phone all the way over there.
Yeah.
Into your fucking
Yeah.
TV and ruining
It's
it.
probably Dead Rising,
Ooh.
but if it's a zombie game, it might be RE Remake. And because it's a Capcom game that's not developed in the main studio, I don't doubt they would just hand RE2 Remake off while they work on like a bigger Resident Evil thing, if at all. That is, to me, the worst thing that could happen, even if it still came to PC.
If you just say Xbox did,
Yeah.
it immediately
Yep.
turns into the worst possible fucking scenario. Ooh,
I
don't
never
know.
knew fear until just this moment, says Ryder Umbra.
It's like that. It's that fucking comic with the guy that says like "no fear," and then you
Yeah.
just say that one fear.
One fear. I thought I was worried about Devil May Cry. No. RE2
No.
Remake, Xbox One exclusive.
Well, okay, so the Death Stranding thing that Rave just brought up, because Raven, for all you audio listeners, said that Death Stranding was a practical joke played by Hideo Kojima the whole time. That's fine, because we haven't seen gameplay of it.
Yeah.
We haven't seen gameplay of RE2, but also it's going to happen. It's been proven, and like from what the leaks were on RE2, everyone is saying like, yeah, this is going to be one of the best looking RE games. It's going to be one of the best playing. Like, this is going to be our next mainline entry, essentially.
Yeah. And only the One X can run it.
Can you stop fucking
PCs
saying-
are not strong
okay,
enough.
I'm not even kidding you. Like, that genuinely made me upset.
Right? I didn't think
Like-
about it until we started talking about the best thing that could happen, and before I could even think of good things, that hit me. And I was like, ooh, I was shook.
Oof.
Notice how I've stopped
motherfucker.
shaking. It's because I'm shaking eternally.
Yeah, like that'd be like saying if SMT was a Switch exclusive or whatever. Oh man.
The
Oh, man.
Xbox is the only console that can run Quantum Break.
Holy fuck! I am way more mad at this
Aw.
idea than I thought I was.
Right? It's not
Yeah.
even a big deal. Like, it's not the biggest deal.
It's for
But
me
it still
is.
sucks, right?
For me, like you have.
But,
no
like,
idea,
even if it's
like,
still got a Steam release, just the idea that it's an Xbox One exclusive, for whatever reason, makes me infinitely upset.
no,
and I can't describe
no.
why.
What would make it worse if they say Windows Store exclusive?
That is what I would be worried about, is
Yeah.
not a Steam release, a Windows Store release.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Dead Rising 3 also came out on PC, but it was not on Steam.
Not for a good solid while.
It's on Steam now.
No, it's on Steam now, but at first, no, it was on like Windows Store.
Yeah.
I think the same thing
Yeah.
happened with Dead Rising 4 as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
Guess what?
You don't understand. You just touched like Resident Evil is a defining franchise for me. That is I grew up. There are games that if I look back and someone asks me what are your top franchises of all time, Resident Evil, Metal Gear, Final Fantasy, Zone of the Enders, like those are the games. Like these are just some of a handful of franchises that made me into the dumb piece of shit weeaboo I am today.
Yeah.
And if you turn to me and say the words Xbox exclusive, and that's the thing is it's weird to hear that because back in the day with the 360, I'd be fine with it.
No, you'd be hype.
I'd be hype as fuck because the 360 was a good system.
Yeah.
It had shit.
Yeah, and even then, like PS3 exclusive, it's still fine.
I'm going to show up to the fucking GameStop or wherever we go and be like, this is literally an RE machine.
Yeah.
Which for some people it was on 5. Like, well, 5 was on PS3, but it ran better on fucking 360.
Yeah. So top me. Who can beat Max?
Fuck off.
In worst case nightmare scenario?
Holy shit.
The only other one I could think of was SMT Switch exclusive, but that's the world we live in.
Yeah.
Mm.
Fuck, that's a really good question. Holy shit.
I'm already pissed I have to like keep my 3DS around for Persona Q2. A game that I hated Persona Q1. Etrian Odyssey sucks. I don't
It
give a
does
shit what
really
anybody
suck.
thinks. The idea of making a map in a dumb dungeon crawler is stupid, and I hate it. Music was awesome in Persona Q, though. It was It's probably some of the best Persona music.
Not worst, but bad would be Death Stranding. It's a release date for 2021.
I hate this year that everyone keeps throwing around. And it's 2021 because it feels incredibly far away.
Yeah.
Even if it's not, that's 2020. That's flying cars, dude. We're almost there.
Cars are piloting themselves.
Not in the air, though.
Like
Not in the air,
it's
but
gonna
give them
it's
time.
gonna take them till 2021 to make the new Stalker game. That better be the best fucking looking game I've ever seen.
Ooh, Chrono. Ooh, fuck. EA buys out Platinum.
Why would EA buy out Platinum?
Why wouldn't
I don't
they?
think EA knows who Platinum is.
No, I think Platinum's safe. I think
Activision buying out Platinum.
I think if
would make
anything,
more sense.
Nintendo has Platinum covered. You're safe.
Yeah. That is absolutely hard to top. I think Max had the actual best one.
I honestly, I keep trying to think of like a worse thing, and I can't at
Metal
all.
Gear still
Yeah.
exists. Metal Gear still existing.
No, I mean for E3. What do you mean, like Metal Gear 6 gets announced?
Yeah.
I don't think Konami is dumb enough to do anything besides rhythm games.
Can you stop
From now
saying
on.
that sentence and like it's not gonna happen?
It's not.
I don't think Konami's dumb enough. Well,
Metal
buddy.
Gear is
Well, guy, let me tell you.
all things considered, after Survive, it's like the Bomberman game apparently is pretty good. They've re-released a 4K 60 FPS Zone of the Enders 2 remake. And it sucks because there are things that Konami's released that I kind of want to buy, but I can't. This is the hill I die on. Is I will never buy another Konami thing ever again.
I'll just bring Zone of the Enders 2 over then.
Why do
EA
you not
announces
like
acquisition.
Kojima?
I'm
CD
sorry.
Project Red.
Kojima made something and it didn't run as good as what they're saying. This is gonna happen. Now, if they fucking Silent Hill collection it, I'm gonna definitely throw it in the fucking trash.
Yeah.
But you know, like,
And my other thing is, like, I already have Zone of the Enders HD, so they patched it and it works good now.
David Cage directs a Persona game.
That wouldn't.
That would
Okay,
never happen.
You're talking about like real.
I'm talking about
That is a
things
literal
that are in
impossibility.
the They don't have to be like realistic, but they have to be within the realm of possibility.
I think David Cage.
David, no. Why would they do that?
Realm of possibility. I don't know because I don't try to think. Like I never.
They're
associate-
Japanese, Phil. They're not stupid.
Maybe they don't know.
Gachapon games.
I want.
horse animes.
I want it. That Killer 7 port looks. I want it to just be like a straight emulator that boots up from the Steam store.
The only thing I can think of is actually possible, which is Fallout 76 still runs in the Creation Engine.
Oh no!
I'm going back to Dreams.
That's
boy, what could you possibly say about Dreams?
A sequel to Shin Megami Tensei.
Oh, you mean actual Hype Dreams?
Hype Dreams,
not the
Nightmares.
Game Dreams.
Oh, not the game Dreams. Is that out?
No.
Whatever.
No, it's not
the
out.
point.
I've heard
Ready?
good things.
Yeah.
Ready?
Yeah.
Shin Megami Tensei.
I'm following.
A new Raido Kuzunoha game with the Yakuza team working on it.
Oh my god!
Actual combat that feels good. Super dense, detailed city to explore.
Oh.
Big dick Raido Kuzunoha.
Oh.
I'm good at these games.
You came prepared.
Well, because my immediate thought was like Yakuza Persona collaboration, but Persona's about kids. Well, then you could do like what Persona 2 was. That was kind of adults. Well, at that point, you might as well do Shin Megami Tensei. But which one? Raido.
Did I tell you that Tokyo Xanadu totally just has Kazuma?
It just has Kiryu in it.
It's just Kiryu.
Cool.
It's there's one of your party members. One of your party members is in a biker gang. Like he's an older guy.
Yeah.
And like he has someone that turns to him and they're like, yeah, his name is Kiryu Kazuma. He's in the Yakuza now. I was like, what?
Okay, there he is. I guess.
What the fuck?
Hey, there's this guy over here with a patch.
It's like this stupid anime bullshit that Kiryu's in.
Fucking Fallout 76 is gonna be, and that's a survival game.
Yeah, honestly, Fallout 76. If you had told me, if I didn't know, right? If Fallout 76 didn't get announced, and it got announced, I would say it's one of the worst things that could happen is Fallout to have a battle royale game because it wouldn't make sense.
No.
Everyone was hoping that it was a remake of Fallout 1, and then everyone was disappointed.
I just think, the thing is I can't think of anything that would be like realistically bad, because the more and more that I think about it, I think gaming as a whole has just kind of shifted away from exclusivity shit.
Really? Give me a bit.
True.
I'll think of something.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just saying, like, not because there's obviously really strong exclusives on both the Sony platform and Nintendo and shit like that.
Yeah.
But like, we're still getting like a good majority of the games we want to play on the systems on like anything we want to buy it on.
Yeah.
And that's I think Switch is still even Switch is like they're working on getting the cloud streaming shit working. So like, I can't possibly think of anything that would be uber terrible, other than the fact of like, fucking Toriyama now in charge of the Final Fantasy VII remake. That'd be bad.
Not Akira. Different Toriyama.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the guy who did Final Fantasy 13.
Okay.
What's
As long if Cyber connects off it, I feel better.
No,
Even
yes,
still,
CyberConnect did. CyberConnect is the people who made the combat for hack.hackgu. That's the worst combat I've ever seen in a video game.
CyberConnect is the people who made and created .hack.
I don't care.
Is exclusively
it's so
a
bad.
CyberConnect game. That's where they got their fucking name.
Gross, then. I don't want them touching FF7, then.
Max is doing that thing where he's just looking at me like he has an idea, but it's not a good one.
I got. What do you guys want to see that's like, it's not big, but it's just something that you'd like. Something nice.
Hold on, no. He's
Kicking my slippers.
he's kicking his slippers off. What does he got?
Take any cool anime you've seen.
No.
We'll go with Megalobox.
How dare you?
No.
Fighting game.
Okay.
Big CyberConnect 2 logo. Big CyberConnect 2 logo.
Yeah, sorry, My Hero Academia, guys.
It's
Sorry
not
about
even
that.
CyberConnect.
Who's doing
It
that?
was somebody worse than CyberConnect.
Who?
I don't know. I was surprised too. That game looks bad. Like, it visually looks bad. CyberConnect 2, like, say what you will about the Ultimate Ninja games, the latest one is fantastic. It looks incredible.
Right.
It's not deep, but it also has like 100 and some fucking characters. Like, I'm not gonna berate Tenkaichi for not being a deep Dragon Ball fighting game.
The Ultimate Ninja Storm series has always been kind of like a guilty pleasure of mine whenever I go
The
to, like,
first
a
3
weirder's
games were
house.
Smash clones. They were platform fighters.
Yeah.
Storm is, like, fine. It has its own thing. That's why it's like... It's the best case scenario for most anime adaptations, but, like, there are still better options for them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't want it to happen, but if it happens, you go... You know, they may have fucked up All-Star Battle, but Eyes of Heaven was all right. It was a fun game, you know. Online didn't work. But, like, oh, God. Oh, God. Yeah, but you're fine hearing CyberConnect is making a One Piece game, but you don't want to hear CyberConnect is making the Final Fantasy VII remake. That's not a sentence you want to hear. CyberConnect 2 will be helping with Vanquish 2. CyberConnect 2 is... Oh, it feels upset.
All right, hey guys.
I've been holding that one.
Hey guys, it's 11:42. We've been here for 3 hours, and I don't think I can hear Max going on for ever and a day. Hey, Control, thanks for coming by. I'm gonna put my fucking shoes on because the moment he turns the stream off, I'm walking out of the door.
But Megalobox.
No, fuck you. You've ruined it. You've ruined my night, and also I have to dog sit.
Why didn't you bring the dogs?
Do you want me to bring all 3 of those little bastards here?
No, 2 at most.
Yeah, well.
You gotta pick one.
Yeah, I'm not leaving the baby in the dark.
Oh, no, you can bring the baby. Yeah, leave the most mature one to watch the house.
Zoe? The old dog?
If that's the case.
She can't see!
All right. Well.
Anyways.
Oh.
Once again, Control, thanks for coming back out. Hope everybody watches Sour Salt. I am far more mad at that RE2 idea. Like, I feel
Still
like
upset? I am too.
I feel it.
No, it hurts. It hurts me too. That's why I had to share the pain so it disperses.
Hey guys, thanks for coming by. Max, shout us out. I'm fucking taking these headphones off.
All right. You can follow us on YouTube at youtube.com/Hipsters on Purpose. We have a URL now, which is great. Twitch. All of our streams happen. Twitch.tv/PhilsHer. If it's going to be a Hipsters on Purpose stream, you can follow Phil at PhilsHerMang on Twitter. If you're watching us on Twitch, odds are you already know that. If you're watching this on YouTube, then all of the links will be in the description, including a link to Sour Salt. Control, thank you so much for being on.
Thank you. I had a good time.
That's good. Well, I hope everybody has very pleasant dreams about Resident Evil 2 being announced for the PS4.
All right, hold on.
Oh, he's putting them back on. What?
What is it, Phil?
I forget. I don't
What
care.
do you mean you forgot?
I forgot.
And I'm ending the podcast. This is bullshit.
Audible fucking sigh. Ooh, JoJo.
That's what it ends on.